right, brother.
All right, Shalom. We are the Hebrew Israelites of Tampa Bay, Florida. We came out to push the downfall of America. Let our people know they're the chosen children of Israel and bring them back. Double honors to the elders. Double honors to the elders and apostles. Truth and sincerity. All right. And I'm gonna speak from. I'm gonna get into pretty much about experience, man. About how foolish our people is, man. All right, going at the heathens. All right, just take a look around us, man. We're a stiff-necked nation. We don't hearken to the Lord, man. We're doing what the hell we want to do. All right, and I'm gonna give you a little testimony about what I'm going through with a woman, you know. I can see the child with this woman, you know. You know, she mentioned abortion. And I told her I refuse to do that, you know. So she sent me photos this morning of the abortion. You know?
Yeah, you seen that video I uploaded about abortions?
You know?
How far along was this?
She was almost 2 months.
Damn.
You know?
That's murder.
Don't do it. She asked me to send her the money to help her. I said I can't contribute to murder.
Yep.
You know, the scripture say thou shalt not murder, thou shalt not kill.
Yep.
That just goes to show, man, like, women don't listen to the Lord at all, man. You know, that's why they got to be destroyed. You know, I put my best foot forward to take care of the child, but she killed any damn way.
I got a quick precept.
All right.
This is the book. This is the book of Acts, chapter 7, verse 51. It said, "Ye stiff-necked and uncircumcised in heart and ears, ye do always resist the Holy Ghost, as your fathers did, so do ye."
So this is them as the one that was before us, man. You know, we're gonna be destroyed, man. The Lord's coming to destroy 2/3 of our people. All right.
How far are we going?
We plug our ears when it comes to the Lord, but when it comes to following these damn heathens, man, we jump fast.
I got a quick precept for you. This is Amos chapter 9, verse 10. "All the sinners of my people shall die by the sword, which say, the evil shall not overtake nor prevent us."
Die by the sword, man. I can't wait to witness that, man. I can't wait to that violent wrath the Lord coming back for, man. Because I'm tired of witnessing this sickness our people are in, man. We prefer this, man. All right. She did that without thinking. I mean, she have no conscience, man.
Hey, like the scriptures say, she wipeth in her mouth.
Yeah, she wiped it in her mouth and she eat it and wipe it in her mouth and say she had done
She felt like she done nothing wrong, man. Like, you send me those sick photos, man, of murder.
She's sending the photos.
Yeah, she sent me some photos.
Hey, I knew, I just like real quick. I knew a Jake last year or maybe 2 years ago, a similar situation. Like I said, his wife told her, hey, she came out the bathroom and she was like, and she took the pills. Yeah, and she was like, hey, go inside the bathroom and go look at your dead son.
Damn, that's wicked.
Like, damn, she took the pills. These damn devils created this, man.
Yep.
Golly. These same exact devil. I'm gonna take the pills. Don't do it. Don't do it. Help me contribute to the hell no. I'm not gonna contribute to murder. You send me photos of something inside of a napkin. Look, that's it. Dang.
Oh, I don't want to that's fucked up.
Yeah.
I got another quick precept. Oh yeah, you got something or no?
No, go ahead. You got
This is a quick one. This is Proverbs 30 and 20. "Such is the way of an adulterous woman. She eateth and wipeth her mouth and saith, I have done no wickedness."
She feel like she done nothing wrong. And when she tell me, I know the Lord forgives.
Yeah, okay.
But I preach to you about, you know, it's the scripture that say, if you knew the truth before you came in, you might have well stayed before you came into the truth.
Yeah, it'd be better if you didn't know.
Exactly, man. And she know what I do, man. She probably watching. She did it any damn way. I just can't do it. I can't deal with another one. We knew what we did before we damn laid down, you know. The most I will put it together, man. Bring up.
Jeremiah chapter 4, verse 22. "For my people is foolish. They have not known me. They are sottish children, and they have none understanding. They are wise to do evil, but to do good, they have no knowledge.
No knowledge. She swears she know the Lord, man. She's supposed to be Baptist or whatever, you know? She has knowledge. I try to read the Bible over the phone. I don't feel like you walk to do wicked in a heartbeat. And that's 2/3 of our nation. That's all of us, man. All right? You wise to do wicked, but the hearkening to the Lord, man, it seems to be grievous for you to do. The Lord is bored of you, 2/3 of you people, man.
Right?
I hope I witness the Most High put her to death, man.
Yeah, he might. Hey, the Lord is going to do that for you.
Hey,
Yeah, we just said that earlier.
I took the pill. Esau made that damn pill, man. I can't think of
So
it.
what to do? Like, what's the pill do? Like,
It destroys it, man. It makes it slide right out like it's nothing.
Yeah, it basically
What
just
it
kills it and it just
what it does is it makes it
It stops the heart.
it makes the uterus put out something, and then that's how it just slips right out.
like for embryo comes up?
Yeah.
Into the toilet?
Yeah, I guess she felt it slide out. I guess she got herself prepared for it or whatever.
Have a baby in the toilet.
She actually sent me the photos of it, man. I should have kept it, but I know y'all don't want to see that.
No, thank you.
You know?
But thank you.
She's ill, man. She's equal to these damn devils out here.
Hey, just nigga woman and Esau were hand in hand.
Hand in hand.
Beginning.
Those are drawing hand in hand, shot. Wicked shot like gonna punish, man. She's gonna be on that same destructive wrath, man. Wrath.
Right. It's the other one in Jeremiah. It's
Talking about
Jeremiah 17. No, that's not the one.
maybe.
Well, anyway, read that again anyway.
I got it. Me right here.
Yeah.
Jeremiah chapter 4, verse 22. It says, "For my people is foolish. They have not known me. They are sottish children. They have none understanding. They are wise to do evil, but to do good, they have no knowledge."
I don't think she knew the definition of wickedness. Especially women, man. They're the beginning of sin, man. We say that, the prophet will say that
That one.
all wickedness is little to the wickedness of a woman. That's why she did it without a damn problem. Every wickedness is little to the wickedness of a woman.
Right.
right.
All right?
That's it. Kind of lucky. Book of Proverbs.
She would have did that without a problem.
She ain't prayed to the Lord about that, bro.
Let me just go poop this baby out like that.
Nah, these people don't really pray like that, bro.
Hey, that's why the apostles say the worst place for an Israelite is in the womb of a black woman, man.
I saw that documentary. The most dangerous place is where we come from, man. The womb of a black man.
Like
We ain't safe at all.
like 40 millions abortions just by the Israelite women, man. The Israelite women are the #1 aborters on the planet.
Straight up.
I can't think of that. She was responsible for
These people are wicked, bro.
This is Hosea chapter 4, verse 6. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee, that thou shalt be no priest to me, seeing thou hast forgotten the law of thy power, I will also forget thy children.
she don't know nothing about that damn law, man. Read it again, brother.
Okay. This is Hosea 4 and 6. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. In other words, it got the footnote there. It says for destroyed, cut off. So our people are cut off for the lack of knowledge. What knowledge? Is he talking about how to roll blunts or how to come up, make a come up? No, it's talking about the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of the Heavenly Father, man. The law, statutes, and commandments that if you keep, then you man, if everybody kept the law, statutes, and commandments that the Lord gave unto the Israelites, this place would be at peace, man. There would be no wickedness, There wouldn't be, all this filth on the earth, pollution. Everybody would be living okay, all right? Because this is the ways of life, man. The ways of life is the knowledge of the Heavenly Father, which He gave unto Moses, man, to give unto the children of Israel. And that's why this place is in the state it is, because Israelites are not ruling in righteousness, man. It says, because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee, that thou shalt be no priest to me, seeing thou hast forgotten the law of thy God, I will also forget thy children.
She said she prayed to the Most High. She defeated the purpose, man, because she rejected him, so she's going to be rejected. Yep. She has no purpose in life.
She prayed and all she heard was Satan speaking to her.
That's exactly what she heard.
Yeah, Satan will speak to you. and tell you what you want to hear.
Yep,
All right,
exactly.
instead of you going into the record and getting, all right, this is what the Lord really said to do. Hey, Satan's going to get in your ear. He's going to tell you to do some wickedness, and then you're going to go ahead and do it. Now you're condemned. Now you're condemned. And unless you repent, you know.
So I told him more than once, don't do it. Don't do it.
And that was from a prophet. And it's like you going against a prophet. In the ancient days, you go against a prophet, man, what would happen? You'd end up dying. You know, like the brothers reading the book of Joshua, what happens when they wouldn't consult the Lord, man?
Yeah.
They would lose, man. And how's the Lord consulting our people? Through the prophets, man.
She had no faith. She said, "You sure that what you in a cult? Sure y'all ain't no cult?"
Well, I mean, damn.
Had to get it.
Yeah, so whatever.
Yeah, we did the
no
thing. We're
reason
done.
to do
We're
that.
done. Yeah. Book of Sirach, chapter 25, verse 13. Start there.
Yep.
Give me any plague but the plague of the heart, and any wickedness but the wickedness of a woman.
Anyway, I'm for except homosexuality and murder. A lot of those abominations I disapprove of, man.
Yeah, hey, and who was the one that co-signs the most homosexuality? The Israelite woman, mainly the nigger woman, man.
Her. Those are before she met me.
It's like carpet munching, you know. Their best friends are always a flaming faggot, you know.
They all experimented at one point. Yeah, their best friends are fucking.
Right about that. Sissy for her cousin, he's a sissy. All right.
What the hell? How'd you manage that?
Trying to bust a U-turn she ain't supposed to bust. See a symbol and know it's nothing.
Probably a woman.
Proverbs
Look, it's a woman.
Proverbs 9:13.
Yeah, he's simple and knows nothing.
Reading on. Well, I'll skip down a little bit. Verse 16. I had rather dwell with a lion and a dragon than to keep house with a wicked woman.
I'll never live. Never. She can stay where she at. All right.
Now, Sirach said he don't even want to. He don't even want to be in the vicinity of a wicked woman. Man. He'd rather just be in a house with a lion.
I mean, I have a monster. I mean, I have a 7-headed monster with tentacles.
Solomon said he didn't find one righteous, not one.
Yeah, come.
Yeah. So we stuck. We got the suffers, man. We got suffers, man. We got not one righteous one. They all evil. You can't trust none of them.
I got a quick precept real quick.
Go ahead.
This is Proverbs 17, verse 15. He that justifieth the wicked, and he that condemneth the just, even they both are an abomination to the Lord Yahweh. So that's what I'm saying, man. You know, these women, they'll co-sign, you know, to the wickedness, and then they're like you were counseling her, and then she was pretty much condemning you. Whatever, you're in a cult, you know, but she's justifying wickedness. You're like, yo, I got to get rid of this baby.
Exactly, man. Your cousin is sissy, man. I say something about him, you just prove it out. Justifying the wicked. You both an abomination.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're both an abomination.
Both an abomination.
Really, because even if you don't even partake in this sin, if you justify it, then you're just as an abomination as the one that's doing it.
Scripture say, man. Thanks, Isaiah, right? They're both an abomination.
What I just read?
Proverbs.
Oh yeah, that was Proverbs 17. Yeah, kind
Proverbs
of.
17.
Yeah, you can keep going.
Yeah, I'm keep going. I was looking for one scripture. Give me 1 second. 1 second, brother. Con.
Yeah, the spirit God is getting on these women today, man.
It says, this is the book of Proverbs, chapter 28, verse 9. I'm gonna get back into Sirach a second. Proverbs 28 and 9. It says, "He that turneth away his ear from hearing the law, even his prayer shall be an abomination." And you said,
defeat the purpose of prayer.
She was praying to the God.
Defeating the purpose of prayer.
Yep.
Most High turn his cheek, man.
Yeah, the Lord ain't hearing that. That prayer was an abomination to the Lord, man. The angels didn't even take it to the Lord, man. They
They frowned at it.
all they did was tell the Lord that, yo, this is being wicked down here. You know.
Our blood is going to be on that garment of wine when the Lord returns.
Oh, yeah. She's gonna get first on this one.
Yeah. She's circling the drain. She don't even know it.
She said she carried it back. She hope her dog will pick it up.
That's stupid.
Oh,
Damn.
Raccoon can get that shit.
Yeah, man, that's wicked. And you know, if they already had life, the baby was alive. It was nothing to have.
Ants all over it, eating it up right now. Yeah, I got it. Reading back in Sirach chapter 25, verse 17. The wickedness of a woman changes her face and darkeneth her countenance.
And brothers seen that, man. When mainly the nigga one, but all the tribes.
Yeah.
All right, when they it's like they can do a complete 180 and you see the demons on her face.
And women in general too.
Yeah.
It don't matter. Yeah, these other nations too, man. You deal with a woman and she be nice and sweet, and then when she get the demon on her, she whole countenance change up. It says, the wickedness of a woman changes her face and darkeneth her countenance like sackcloth. You know, we dealing with the wicked women, bro. You see it. Yeah. You be on the Instagram looking all shiny and cute, and then when you start dealing with them, yeah, they kind of cute.
But
But
she
then
loves selfie. She loves taking selfie. I'm gonna put her out there too. She loves selfie. She knows what she is. Okay.
Lovers of themselves.
What woman doesn't love taking selfies?
All of them, man.
They
All of these
obsessed with
tribes.
themselves, which is, hey, at the end of the day, it's all Esau's doings, really. You know, Esau's the one that gave them the authority to be able to do so.
The liberty to gather a bride.
yeah, they live together.
These devils come up with all this wickedness, and we the number one consumer.
Yep.
It's sad. This they nation, this they activity. All right. The most people, the most influence, take heed to the most abomination.
Children. Reading on. Verse 18. Her husband shall sit among his neighbors, and when he heareth it, he shall sigh bitterly. So like when you amongst us, you're talking about your woman, you know, you hear the woman call you, whatever the case is. The hell are y'all doing? You're like, oh,
Get your ass in the house.
this bitch again, man.
This bitch doing this, doing that. You're venting to your neighbor, man. 'Cause your woman's completely out of order. You know,
Trying to have a beer or something with your mans or whatever the case is, and then at the end of the thing, you call me, blowing your phone up, talking all this nonsense, all this wickedness, talking about you're gonna.
here it is.
You got it right there. Go ahead.
Proverbs 9 and 13. A foolish woman is clamorous. She is simple and knoweth nothing.
You know, damn. She thinks, like the scripture said, when you think those who express themselves as
Oh,
wise,
I got
they're
you. That's
fools,
the lady.
man.
Oh, well, stars. Yeah, I got another one. To go with that.
So,
Right now,
Uh,
yeah, my new
Let's
one.
see here. Go ahead and speak real quick and I'll get it.
You thought she was wise, man. That's what's wrong with these women. They think they wiser than us, man. They have no understanding because they think they got their own wisdom, man. All right? Only thing we should be following the laws and all of our shit on the shop. Anything else, sounds like I'm saying the words uncivilized.
yeah, because Esau got all out here doing whatever they want to do. It's all lawless. Basically lawless out here. So
So
it's
this,
like,
this is Esau's world, man. We gotta focus on the world. Damn devil, man.
got it up.
These women are our second worst enemy, man. Alright? My damn sister was gonna tell me, not all women are sinners, man. That's not what the Bible says.
It's hard to believe that sometimes, man. You know, yeah, you might want to believe that, and you see signs of it, but then when you start dealing with the woman, it's like, damn, you same shit, you know? The
Here,
same
I
shit.
got it. This is Galatians 6 verse 3. For if a man think himself to be something when he is nothing, he deceiveth himself. That go for women too.
Go for women too. They speaking of mankind, that go for all of us,
Yep.
man. Men, women, sisters, whoever. You go for all of us, man.
You know, a little something. Here, in the book of Job, hold on. It's the book of Job, chapter 2. Let's find it real quick. Yeah, because this is Job after all the, he got all the hardship, and he got his woman there. You think he's, you know, he had himself a good woman or whatever the case is that he leaned on. He just went through the most painful thing in the world that you could never imagine. So I'm gonna go ahead and read what's going on here. It's this book of Job, chapter 2, verse 7. I'll start there. It says, so when Satan forth from the presence of Yahweh and smote Job with sore blows from the sole of his foot unto his crown. So now, after all that, he just lost his family and everything. Now he's stricken with pestilence. He got boils all over his body. He took him a potsherd, scraped himself withal, and he sat down among the ashes because he's in mourning. He's been basically in a pitiful state, looking miserable. All right.
Because he just lost a lot.
Yep.
He lost everything. Literally. Almost everything.
Reading on.
Yeah.
Verse 9. Then said his wife unto him, dost thou retain thine integrity? Curse the Most High and die. So this chick is told, after all that the man just went through, here it is, he's holding his integrity to Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Okay? He's holding fast to the power of the universe, the power of the Israelites. He's doing everything a righteous man should be doing, even in the midst of catching hell. And his wife that he thought was gonna be there by his side, what she say? She said, yo, why don't you curse your God and die already, man? Look at you, you look like shit.
Curse
Sitting
the
in
Most
the
High
dirt.
out, let him kill you.
Yeah.
And this is gonna be over with.
Yes, this die already, this die already. That's your woman, it's your wife. It's the love of your life. That's your boo. That's your little thing. And she just the one person you think you can lean on. And she tell you something like that. Let's see what Job said. Yeah. See what Job said though. Verse 10. But he said unto her, thou speakest as one of those foolish women speaking. What? Shall we receive good at the hand of the Heavenly Father? And shall we not receive evil? And in all this did not Job sin with his lips. So he's like, what? He said, what you said to me? He's like, we get all this riches, we fly, we got all this riches. You don't think the Lord can take that from us? Okay? The woman is not on your side. She never really was. The only time the woman's gonna be on your side is gonna be in the kingdom of heaven. When we finally out of this hellhole, we all good. These women are gonna be your enemy from day one. All right? They're never really gonna be your wife anyway, because half the time they already done slept with somebody before you. So unless they really, you took her virginity, she's in your wife. Okay? She isn't your wife. So now these women got all types of spirits on them from all the men they slept with. These women are not on your side.
They listen to a wicked woman before they listen to a man. They all learn about Margaret Singer.
Yeah.
Margaret Singer, man.
Yeah, the women liberations.
Yeah. Margaret Singer's their God.
Planned Parenthood. That's why every hood got a Planned Parenthood.
Planned Parenthood, that's why they're
Abortion clinics on every block in the hood.
liquor stores, abortion clinics.
You see the liquor store right across from the joint. Then you see the children's school. You see the preschool right across the street from Planned Parenthood. I seen that. Oh, you see like some sort of children's learning center or some children's health.
Playground across the street from a place
Yeah.
from an abortion clinic.
Abortion clinic right there, dog. What the fuck?
Giving them the idea. These devils know where they go. We got to go to things.
Real quick, let me get this. This is Job chapter 39, verse. I'll start at 16. She is hardened against her young ones, as though they were not hers. Her labor is in vain without fear. So, like, hey, she's hard against her young ones. You got women killing their own kids, man. Abortion, take popping pills and shit. You know, or they'll go to the abortion clinic, get it ripped out, vacuumed out, man. You're just completely dismembering the baby because it's already alive, you know. Just because that's what they do. They just suck it out like a vacuum, man, and it rips the head off. Then the limbs start coming out.
Thank God for Margaret Singer.
Yeah,
That's gross, bro. I got one quick one.
let me finish this
Oh, it's
off
locked.
quick. This is verse 17. Because the Most High hath deprived her of wisdom, neither hath he imparted to her understanding. So these women ain't got no damn wisdom and understanding, man. That's why they're supposed to be led by their husbands, man.
Has wisdom and understanding.
They go from the father to the husband. All right.
Women are children. That's why you see them. Hey, you give them a little freedom. What they doing with their phone? You got a phone connected to the internet in your pocket, which has the knowledge of the universe on this phone, and you over there putting cat ears on yourself and shit. What the hell are you doing, man? This is Lamentations chapter 4, verse 3. Go what you just said, Ash. Even the sea monsters draw out the breast and give suck to their young ones. The daughter of the slut, the daughter of my people, is become cruel, like the ostriches in the wilderness. Because what does the ostrich do with their young ones? Okay? They'll bury them in the sand and forget about these shit. That's what the Lord is likening it on to you so-called black women and you Hispanic women. You don't care about your shit. You really don't. Look, you go to like where black people congregate. You go to Jerusalem, you know, where Jake is, the hood basically. What I'm saying, okay? And you go to the women there. They don't care for their children. They don't care for their children.
They outside at 9 o'clock at night, little baby running down the street, man.
With a dirty diaper, outside getting bit up by mosquitoes.
Or she'll leave him at home so she can go out to the club, lock him in the room.
She get a check for all of them. I got
You got 8 kids.
You know what? A chick told me at my job, that's why you should have a baby so you get ear protection. Like, 5 racks.
Yeah.
Go have a baby for 5 racks a year.
Yeah, that's a lick to these women. That's a come up. Yeah,
They
that's
don't
why they
really
try
give
to
a damn
get.
about the baby, but they know they were getting 5 racks a year.
That's why they try to have babies, because at the end of the day, they know
That's a check.
they could get a little. That's a check.
That's
like
alimony.
6 racks at the end of the year.
Child support too.
They let you know they depend on Esau, man.
Yeah, and
They
then
don't
it's-
depend on the heavenly.
Exactly. Because what, she gonna get the food stamps, the welfare, Section 8, and all she gotta do is pop a couple kids out, man, and then get rid of the men.
That's why you can see women driving shit like that, or whatever the case is, because it's easy. It's they know they're getting that check, and they gotta get the child support, and they got a little piss ass job.
They look at the
Yeah,
white man.
if she even got a job. You wonder how this bitch is driving around in the Benz, and she don't even work.
Oh, Infinity. They get the Infinity.
Oh, you used to get the Infinity, right?
They get the Infinity.
Or Maxima.
Always some kind of Nissan
If I
shit.
get
Yeah.
my income tax, I'm gonna get an Infinity.
New Ultima Infinity. Yeah.
No, driving the
That's like the black woman's go-to car is the Ultima.
yeah.
All nurses.
Yeah. Brand new.
Nissan Maximus, you
Yeah.
know? And Ultima.
Yeah. Nigga woman, man. Because she don't get. And she got 3-4 kids at the crib. All different
Screaming and
ages.
shit, snotty nose.
All
Eat-
sick.
Eating
Yep.
fucking Cheez-Its all day.
Yeah, McDonald's, what you call it? Oh,
Happy
take them
Meals.
over. She's fat. The kids, you see the kids are starting to get fat. Okay, they got snotty noses, hair all fucked up, not learning a damn thing in school. You got one kid maybe that excelling.
Yeah.
You know, there's like one kid. That kid is raising the other kids.
Yeah, you gotta take care of them. The kid's 7 years old, gotta babysit the toddlers and the babies.
He or she over there babysitting the. He's just fucked up, bro.
She don't get a check anywhere to go because Esau puts stuff in the food, and 85% of the children that are born got learning disabilities. You know what I'm saying? So they get a check for all these kids, man.
That's why you go to school. You go to school, and you get the school lunches in the hood. It's all this straight up chicken nuggets, breakfast pizza, whatever this is.
Yeah.
That shit, breakfast pizza.
Yeah, the Baron.
Red
Baron.
It's like a square, a rectangle.
Oh yeah. You got the chocolate milk. You know, and that milk is all bugged out. You know, they're drinking it every day.
The nigga woman is Esau swore. They trying to.
That's a
destroy
lapdog.
us.
Yeah.
Lapdog. They ain't got the strength to do it, so they gonna use our women to do it.
Weaponize the women.
They're not strong enough. They can't come up against us.
Yeah. That's how that's how you take a nation down, man. You can't do women. When you conquer their women, then it's over. You know? And that's what
they're
it, that's
responsible for the nation.
yeah, exactly. And that's what
Look at the condition of the nation because of the women.
yeah, exactly. Because what the man's gonna fall after the woman, because you know, a bunch of cuts, you know.
Let's read on back to Sirach 25 and 19. All wickedness is but little to the wickedness of a woman. Let the portion of a sinner fall upon her.
So think about it. How could you hear that and not take heed to it? That's scary, man. All right?
That's how you can tell that the Lord is basically delivering you from that bitch.
Yeah.
She don't want you tied up with that hoe, because at the end of the day, yeah, she keep the baby, and then she really gonna be wicked.
Yeah.
So it was all supposed to happen in that way. Basically you gonna dip from her. All right, she done got rid of the child or whatever. Man, fuck that hoe, man.
Yep.
All right, let her do the same, because what she gonna do is do the same shit again. We ain't even got much time here in the world. She gonna have time for another baby to gestate in her fucking womb.
Babylon is wicked, man. Babylon is a wicked place, man. But every
Hell is
wickedness
it?
is little to these things. All right? Wickedness, man. You gotta think about that when you look at it.
Yeah, a little bit more. It ain't catching me. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, man.
Devils, man. These women just not like getting ready for a porn scene.
Yeah, right about to shoot a damn flick. Then I go in there, grab her ass, and I get in trouble.
Life is a movie to Esau. It's all played out.
Video game.
Okay, I got that.
Yeah, you guys.
So the book of Hosea, chapter 4, verse 7. As they were increased, so they sinned against me. Therefore will I change their glory into shame.
Shame. Their wickedness increased. They increased against the Most High, man. They're scared of the Most High, man. I don't think these hoes know what fear is. You know?
Yeah, when fear does come, it's like, now they're trying to call, oh, please God. You know, like, hey, what happened when we was telling you about it? We was telling you to get right. Pray in the name of Yahweh Shem Shai. All right? Start following Lord's statutes, commands to the best of your ability. All right? But now when fear starts coming, now you say, oh, God, please, why? Yo, we told you. We told you God was real, but you know God ain't gonna be fucking with you if you acting like that. Dressing like that, doing that.
All like shouts, acting like they really in the last page, acting like they love the Lord. He gonna turn that glory into shame.
Yeah, that's what it said, right? Turn the glory into shame.
They gonna turn the glory into shame. Alright? These prideful ass women, man.
Worst. They're the worst, bro.
I got a quick precept.
Go ahead.
This is Ecclesiastes 7, and I'm going to start at 27. It says, "Behold, this have I found, saith the preacher, counting one by one to find out the account, which yet my soul seeketh, but I found not. One man among 1,000 have I found, but a woman among all those have I found not." Okay? It says, "Lo, this only have I found, that the Most High hath made man upright, but they have sought out many inventions," man. So out of 1,000 women, King Solomon found none righteous, man. He found none righteous, man.
Shit, out of 1,000 men, he found one. You know, like shit, women, he ain't, shit. I got nothing.
You'll never find a halfway decent woman.
Not in this society.
You gotta
think
stay in
you
that
did.
mind frame.
You might think you did, boy. Start dwelling with her.
You gonna find you to settle down. All of them got miles on them. All these hoes got 100,000 miles on them. Man. You'll never find a boy with 100 miles on them. Man.
That's why Apostle told her, he was saying, like, man, you trying to find someone that's decent, you have to go to the damn school or something like that. Pick one of these young hoes.
And even them, you see these chicks, these little girls in school, man, in middle school, high school, man, those are complete animals.
Yeah, that's done.
They ran through them
That's
holes.
done.
From
Yeah.
age 13 to 20, it's too late.
They're done too. They're done too.
You gotta
You gotta go to, like you said, you gotta go to Amazon. or something.
Yeah, somewhere where they ain't got TVs, man.
Yeah, you gotta go to damn rainforest, catch one of them.
Even then, you still got those missionary groups that go to those tribes. Those people that have no TVs and stuff. You get these Christian Edomites that go over there, and they push their philosophy on them either way.
Yeah, they bring Jesus down there.
Yeah.
Then they get shot with an arrow and they wonder what happened.
Yeah.
I got a quick precept. This is Sirach 25, verse 24. "Of the woman came the beginning of sin, and through her we all die."
She was a prime example. You see, parent plant her, you know. Abortion, through her we all die. You the number one damn killers other than Esau, man. They the second. Through her we all die. You weak for the box, they'll lead you to your death.
And the beginning of sin came through the woman. Because who did the serpent go to? He went to Eve, man, because he knew, because she's evil. She's the weaker, the weaker vessel. Yeah.
Straight to you.
To the condition we're in.
Because a woman, you could easily, if she got a man or not, man, she could easily be persuaded to come home with you, man.
But the scripture also say a woman is a man's rage, right?
Yep. Jealousy of the man.
Proverbs. Over abroad, right? She's community property, right?
Yeah. She got more turns than the doorknob. Shit. Got more. She's been around more than the merry-go-round.
That box is a revolving door, man.
Yeah, got it.
Puppy in and out of it, man.
Hey, well, like the scripture say.
Public, yeah, it's public.
Women, man, they did without it. Man, you can put that back.
God, let me keep going on this though. Oh, you got a precept? Genesis?
Well, I got the precept to that.
Okay.
Genesis.
I'm in the same book you were.
Oh, okay. Get that.
But yeah, go ahead, you can finish it.
You want to get this first?
Yeah, get that.
Okay, come. This is Genesis 3:14. It says, "And Yahweh said unto the serpent, because thou hast done this, thou art cursed above all cattle and above every beast of the field. Upon thy belly shalt thou go, and dust shalt thou eat all the days of thy life."
Jump up to 6 real quick.
This is Genesis chapter 3, verse 6. "And when the woman saw that the tree was good for food, and that it was pleasant to the eyes, and a tree to be desired to make one wise, she took of the fruit thereof and did eat, and gave also unto her husband with her, and he did eat."
So she was the one that brought the philosophies to Adam.
Yep.
She came because she didn't eat a damn apple, you know. That they show in the cartoons and the movies.
Right.
She didn't eat an apple. You know, she talking about those philosophies, man, from those other nations, man. It's mainly the sons of the wicked. Because that serpent was really, it was Esau before he was Esau. All right, that was the wicked race.
Ultimately, that's what happened with King Solomon. You know, which is really the same entity. You know, it's basically what ended up happening was he had all those concubines and shit from these different nations. Ultimately he ended up succumbing to that. You know what? Let's go ahead and build that. right, whatever. We'll build that. We'll hang that up. You know, whatever.
Put the idols, they were building them altars, or pretty much churches, man. He's pretty much making them churches, man.
To appease the women.
They love churches.
Oh, no, we're judging.
Women love churches.
Yeah, that's why you go to do a census of a church, it's gonna be mostly women.
Women sitting in the front with short dresses.
Yeah, short dresses, tight ass
Preacher out
dresses,
there, looking
tits
around
all
for
out.
dress.
Yeah.
Those men aren't really taking that shit serious. The women are taking it serious, and the men are just following because the women take it serious. And they try to appease the woman. But if they was real men, then they would be in this. They would be doing this.
That's what they do in church. All that's in vain.
Actually, you can start back up on that Sirach at 21. But I know you read 24.
Yeah, I read 24.
Unless you got something else.
Oh, that's this.
Where'd you end up? Where'd you stop
I
at?
stopped at 19.
Okay. Now this is Sirach chapter 25, verse 20. As the climbing up a sandy way is to the feet of the aged, so is a wife full of words to a quiet man. So what? This is like trying to climb up the Sahara Desert. Old man trying to make it up that sandy area.
Hey, that's a thing that a lot of these sports athletes use for training. They'll climb up sand dunes because it's a very difficult thing to do. Your feet sinking in. You're having to use more force to push yourself up there, man. That's a very difficult thing. And it's a woman full of words is even worse, man.
He just, because it's the quiet man, he just sitting there having to hear her yap away. That's why the scripture in Proverbs says she is loud and clamorous, man. You want to shut the hell up.
Yeah, you don't know a damn thing.
You can hear her all up the block, man. All the way up the block. You can hear her yapping away. And that's a foolish woman.
Right.
Verse 21, stumble not at the beauty of a woman and desire her not for pleasure.
Yeah, because once you start falling into that trap, now we all do, bro. Yeah, it's easy. That's an easy trap.
That's like that happened to King Solomon.
Yeah, that's the easy trap, bro.
That's when all of Israelites stand on the hallway, not stumble on the beauty of a woman. It ain't all about
Because the man, he's drawn to women by nature. Hey, you're attracted to a ugly bitch, the ugliest bitch on the block. He ain't lusting after something like that.
Yeah, taking a picture of
this is another scripture not you already told us a woman she destroys kingdoms.
Yeah.
You gotta be stronger than these women.
You're not that straight over to a woman, man.
They destroy kingdoms. Look at this kingdom. Alright? Destroy it.
Yeah, you stumble like that, man, it's gonna lead to your destruction.
The woman beginning to sin.
That's very good. You start falling into the trap of beauty. Then next thing you know, hey, you might get her.
Hey, kind of. This is real quick.
Yep.
Proverbs 6:26. For by means of a whorish woman, a man is brought to a piece of bread, and the adulteress will hunt for the precious life. Take for everything you got.
Yeah, take everything, bro.
And
His
you
soul.
eating fucking bread with butter now because she don't took everything you got.
Yep. And she want to be a host. She got with you, had a kid, then she want to leave you. Take a kid with you, ain't everything you have damn near everything you got, man.
They pay for it too. They pay for dumping child.
Yeah, but let me read this again. I'll go back to that Proverbs. It says, Sirach 25 verse 21, stumble not at the beauty of a woman and desire her not for pleasure. Back in Proverbs 6:25, lust not after her beauty in thine heart, neither let her take thee with her eyelids.
Fluttery eyelids.
They bat their eyelashes at you.
Yeah, that's that lust.
Yeah.
That lustful blink.
Yeah, it gets him every time, bro.
That lustful blink. We all been called that.
Yeah, I've been
lustful
called by
blink.
that many times, bro. Nah, oh shit.
You don't. You know, gotta make sure I know that.
You know?
You know it when you see it. It's like practice, you know. Lord become a great prayer, you got to practice. The truth of it is they build you up. So when you're in the presence of that kind of wickedness, you already know.
And that's why Paul said it's better to not be with a woman, man. And them that have, be like them that have not women, man. Because, man, these women will try to get you out of the truth. And next thing you know, you've been in the world, and we seen it. We personally seen it in this camp, man. Now you went back in the world, and then she left your ass, yeah.
And she left him. I personally seen the moment where she left his ass.
Yeah.
He damn near snapped her fingers off, slamming his door so hard and peeled out. And a little ass Ford Ranger, man.
Have you
She's
watched?
probably trying to holler at one of you bros, man.
Shit.
Yeah, fuck out of here, bro.
Shit, well, hey, just a little bit ago, you had a woman walking around. See, look, one of those Rangers right there. But,
Same color, no.
Same color, no. But you just had a woman walk by a little bit ago, had basically a whole swimsuit on, and there ain't no beach in downtown Tampa.
And we're accustomed to it. We're not even shocked. We're not even accustomed to it.
You gonna hop in the port or something?
Yeah, that's a normal thing out here in Florida, man. These hoes, hey, that's a matter of fact, I seen on the news earlier, we gotta go to Clearwater during spring break because they're gonna break records of people coming out here, man. So a lot of people coming out here to get their judgment, Lord's will. You know, but what? This is like Florida's like spring break capital, man. Panama City, you know.
Started by now. Starts like late February all the way until April.
All right, you got something up?
Con. Real quick, book of 1 Ezra chapter 4, verse 26. Let's start at the point. Many there be that have run out of wits for women.
And that's what happened to old dude, Shuar. He ran out his wits over an Edomite woman at
Lost
that.
his mind.
Yeah, an Edomite woman.
You gotta eat a white woman pull you out the truth. Unless you preach against these devils, you gotta pull you out of the truth. You know what, man? He was flawed from the start.
He stopped doing the word, man. He stopped following the Lord completely, man. This dude was in the world eating shrimp again.
He's completely bugged out, man.
Doing all types
I want to know what's going through his mind, because like you can't just forget the truth.
Yeah.
But he's just doing this wicked shit anyway. That's the plague of the heart, man.
Yeah. He completely lost his wits,
Yeah.
like the scripture read.
Out of his mind.
She probably told her to forget that. Let's go to Red Lobster.
Yeah, I'll get one. Who's watching? Who's watching me?
That white box got him going, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah, he fell into the trap.
Yeah, the snare, her heart, or let's say her,
Oh,
she is
that's
snares
next.
and traps, yeah.
Yeah. So I'll read it again, read on. Verse 26, 1 Ezra 4:26. Yea, many there be that have run out of their wits for women, servants for their sins. Yeah, you become a damn slave for your woman.
Yeah.
A punk, a cuck, a sucker.
A simp. That's what the definition of a simp is, man. I forgot what it stands for. Somebody, I forgot what it
Yeah,
stands
you
for.
brought it out a couple weeks back. A month ago. Verse 27. Many also have perished and erred and sinned for women. You see that? And we've seen it. Like the brother said, we've seen it. And that's a normal thing for men. Basically, what it, I think, is it coming up here?
Well, you commit adultery with a woman. You trying to chase after this woman. You just committed sin.
I think it was But anyways, like, for instance, you will go and you will go kill somebody and rob somebody so you can bring it back to your woman. So he's your woman. I think it's in the same chapter or chapter before. I don't know what exactly.
The scripture say a woman is for a man, a man is for a woman. So you bid for a woman, you doing contrary to what the scripture say, man.
Yeah, get that. Help me.
That's just like all these, and then that's like all these R&B groups. You're not supposed to be in that spirit, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's that R&B
That's
shit.
a woman is an emotional creature. That's their job. You know what I'm saying? That's a woman's job to be emotional.
And don't get us wrong. It'll be a wonderful, beautiful thing to be able to dwell with a woman and like you see on the movies. That'll be a beautiful thing, but it's just not happening.
That's sad to say. I just say that's on TV.
That would be a beautiful
reality,
thing.
bro. This is reality.
To live happily after all that shit. That would be a wonderful thing to have that, but that like a Disney movie, they end and it's all happy and shit.
Ever after.
Yeah, it doesn't exist like that. Because these women is wicked. Yeah, it's beautiful, but at the end of the day, when you get her, you beat the bad guy with in case you got your woman.
Yeah.
2 months later, the bitch is acting a damn fool in the house.
No, in this kingdom,
She forgot you did that. She forgot you. I was gonna say she forgot you slayed the dragon for her ass.
Yeah.
After you done slayed the dragon for her, you got all these scars. You done lost your left arm and shit. And then 2 months later, she forgot that even happened. She mad about the damn fucking bathroom not being clean.
Yeah, you left the toilet lid up.
I'm finna go.
Nigga, I got one arm, man.
I'm finna go.
I'm finna go. Go ahead, Arthur.
This is Genesis chapter 2, verse 18. And Yahweh power said, it is not good that the man shall be alone. I will make him an helpmeet for him.
See?
Like the woman.
Yeah. See, that you were made for your purpose is here for the man. That's your purpose. You're here to serve this man. He's over you. What's that in Was that 1 Corinthians 11?
And then again, that's a curse on us. Man. We suck. That's all a curse on women being whole. It's wicked for us.
And, you know, it's a curse. Yeah, it's a, hey. And you gotta remember, this is Esau's kingdom, so his shit is straight, but our women are our enemy. And our women going to the enemy. Even though that's starting to change a little bit, but for the most part, that's what we've been living through.
Their women are horrible. Our women, they everything.
Because what you see, Esau, he puts the woman above the man. Esau, he puts the woman above the man.
Right.
He put women at high, we call it CEOs and shit.
You know, on my job, all the women are in the office. They from H&R, human resources,
Straight women in there.
the
Same thing
administrators.
My boss say women rule over them and the children are their oppressors.
Right, too, man. Because where I work at, the administrators, the supervisors, the human resources are all women. That's who fire your ass.
Yep.
Yeah. Come to the
You
office.
out of here.
Yeah.
Hey, you see, women. They say the brother brought up quoted the precept. Women are oppressors and children rule over us, or vice versa. Rough paraphrase. But if this brother was to have told his woman no, you would have got arrested.
Yeah.
You could have got arrested for that. You
Yeah.
ain't letting her go do this. That's her right.
It's her right.
Right. Oh, yeah, that is a law.
That's our American right.
Roe v. Wade.
Start calling this
That's
shit.
a folly law, man. That's
Hey, warn to them that unrighteous decrees, man.
Yes.
That's unrighteous. For you to tell a woman that she can have an abortion, that is wicked, man. The only time the baby is a miscarriage or some shit.
What you said though, children rule over them.
That's Esau.
You ain't getting no damn abortion. I'm going to do the hell I want to do. It's my body.
It's my body.
It's my body. That's what she
Like,
said. This is my
that's
body.
my seed and you, first of all.
Like, yo, I work 2 jobs. Like, yo, let's just have the baby, man. What's the problem? Can't do it. Can't do it. It's just not in you. Righteousness is just not in you.
Well, they have no wisdom and understand, like we read earlier, Job 39.
But if she got knocked up by Edomite, she'll be all giggly-eyed and have the baby.
Oh yeah, happy as can be.
Oh yeah.
Happy as can be. Ain't got nothing to say then. She ain't even heard of no birth clinic, parenthood.
I never heard of it.
Yeah, what?
Don't know where they're at. Don't know where to find one.
How dare you speak of those things?
He's going to have beautiful eyes like you.
Yeah, come.
He's going to be light-skinned and good hair and all that.
I have good hair.
Yeah, good hair, yeah.
He'll eat him out.
Not all kinky and nappy like my son.
And that goes to show you that's why these nigger women and Latino women, they dye their hair. They want to be so-called white women. That's why because what? They ultimately hate themselves. But because of what? Because the self-proclaimed white man has beaten them down so bad that they want to be the Edomite.
Yeah, the scripture say envy not thy oppressor. But you want to envy your oppressor, man, when he's actually loaded.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's generous.
Going after heathens, man. You let your oppressor tell you to kill children. Stupid. We ought to multiply. Stupid.
Yeah, be fruitful and multiply. Hey, you got women lined up outside the clinic, man.
Someone told you to jump off the bridge, you gonna do it?
I'm pretty sure Esau told you to do it.
Esau
Jump
told
off
you.
the sky.
On Morgan Street.
She might cancel with the Edomite.
He told him to jump on the sky. Yeah, he probably jump on the sky and then appreciate them tax. You ain't gonna get no. You're gonna die.
You're gonna die.
Stupid. You'll get 4 more racks on top of the 5 you get already.
You got some?
Well, you did.
This is 1 Corinthians chapter 11 and verse 3. It says, "But I would have you know that the head of every man is Christ, and the head of the woman is the man."
That's right, man. So the head of the woman is the man, her husband, and she, like we said earlier, she gets transferred, she get emancipated from her father and given up to the husband. All right, he ain't not supposed to let these women make decisions, man. It said the head of the woman is the man. All right, just like we are to obey Hamashiach or Christ, as it said, but a woman's supposed to obey the man. And it's a woman telling you how to spend your money. You hear this? She telling you how to spend your money that you earning, telling you what to do. You know, that's ass backwards, man. A woman ain't supposed to tell you nothing when it comes to conducting yourself, man.
You're her Lord.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Just like we gotta obey the Lord, well, you gotta obey us. All right. Go ahead.
Turn it says, "And the head of Hamashiach is the Most High."
So there's an order, man. There's the Most High, Yahweh Shai, the Israelite man and the woman, and then the children, man. The only person she can tell what to do is her kids. It's supposed to be right. And in this society, the woman don't even raise her damn kids, man. She sends them off to some bug out daycare or some pedophiles is watching them all day. Then they go to the elementary school and get bugged out. They're given options if they want to be a man or a woman. You know, this place is completely backwards, man.
Can't even leave the household. Can't even leave the house.
There's no such thing as the man of the house no more. It's the woman of the house.
Yeah, they get the man, especially if it's a so-called black man or Hispanic man.
Check in my name. I pay these bills.
There's no, you know, you had a stern, you know, some brothers had stern fathers growing up. You know, you don't see that no more, man. Ain't no such a stern father. Little pussy, you know, letting his kids do whatever he wants. Kids screaming in the store. Niggas just eating, you know, Popeye's chicken while the kids bugging out.
I got a quick one here. 1 Peter chapter 3, verse 5. For after this manner in the old time the holy women also, who trusted in the Most High, adorned themselves, being in subjection unto their own husbands, even as Sarah obeyed Abraham, calling him Lord, whose daughters ye are.
And you got these women that claim to know they're Israelites. Those are the worst ones, man.
Oh man.
They said they're the daughters of Sarah, but they ain't calling their husbands Lord. They're not you know, following the proper order, man. Those are like the Elder Yashawama says. You know, you see a woman with a head wrap, run the other way.
Run. Yeah, and that's true, bro. Because hey, they're not right. They're like they're holier than thou type shit. Yeah. They're not right. Yeah, they're cool and they're nice and they act humble at first, and they actually kind of pretty. But ultimately, no, they're still the same shit.
They still,
They don't respect you, bro. They don't respect you.
They start trying to use the scriptures on you now. Trying to cut you with the scriptures.
Still want you to put hands on them.
Yeah,
You know,
talk shit.
Yeah.
And that's what she's trying to do. They did. They damn sure do. All of them do. Doesn't say such and such and such and such.
You did in much reproach. So so if you do have a woman,
See? She said my husband is a bitch.
yeah, see? She's full of anger. She's full of anger, man.
That's out of order.
That's out of order. Calling your man a bitch, man. You should be get put to death for that.
Yeah, I heard that. Now, we all brothers heard it too.
And then her husband's probably right in front of her.
Yeah.
That's what married women do, talk behind your back.
Yeah.
That's what they do.
That
They
nigga
take
ain't
care of
shit. Yeah.
Especially
the Israelite woman. Boy, will she talk shit about her man. That nigga ain't shit. But that nigga she'll gossip to her girls about some shit that you know, some personal shit.
Yeah, put your business all out
all
there.
out there in the workplace.
Drag your name through the mud.
I witnessed that.
And then social media has made it even worse because now they're putting it all out there for you, bringing pictures out, so telling you, you know, that's what you look what happened to Samson. that pillow talk got him killed. He got him killed, man. And that's why, hey man, these women will get you killed out here, man.
Hey, every time I try to come with me with some shit at home, some shit with the husband at home, I always take the husband's side. I always take I just take the husband's side. I'm like, yo, why don't you listen to him? You know, whatever the case may be.
If he wants you to do that, then do it. Yeah.
Your child watching your woman argue.
It's old school.
A woman that's arguing. So they're gonna go through the same thing. They don't respect it.
Yeah, your woman's supposed to be well, she set up to well get that in Genesis real quick. Back in chapter 3, I think it's like 16, where it said, or like 12, 12, where it said see, there goes the nigga woman. I think it's like where it said he got multiply her sorrows.
They can lie, make a phone call, say he raised his hand up at me. You going right to jail, man. They do it with domestic charge. You ain't even touch
16.
This is Genesis chapter 3, verse 16. Unto the woman he said, I will greatly multiply thy sorrow and thy conception.
That's why these women have birth pains now, and it's horrible. They're screaming they want the epidural. You know, they're bugging the hell out. You know, well that's because they got their reward. Yeah. You know, they came up again. They went off, and then they led the man astray. So now look at the condition you got. Which is ass backwards. You're on your back trying to get birth. But anyway,
That's the son.
yeah.
I think it's a Genesis. The Lord cursed me with that pain.
Yeah, that's what the brothers read.
It says, in sorrow thou shalt bring forth children, and thy desire shall be to thy husband, and he shall rule over thee.
The husband's supposed to rule over the woman, not the woman's ruling over the husband. And then you got the man's disgruntled. He hates his life. because he catching hell all day, and then he comes home to a woman that's just giving him straight hell, no food on the table. The kids are all haven't taken showers and shit. Got poop running down his legs and shit. You know.
That's what the man is the alcoholic.
Yeah.
He just sits there and watches TV all fucking
Then
day.
he starts beating her.
Yep.
We wonder why.
He's just trying to live with it.
Yeah.
He's trying to deal with it. Miserable as hell.
Go on.
He's supposed to be happily ever after, but he's over there just being he's just living with it, being miserable. All right. Children all out of order, house out of order, and she just went in there. She does the finances.
Yeah. He got to ask her for money to go out with his friends. He got to ask permission to do this and do that when she should be asking you for permission, man. Hell's wrong with it? But hey, that's good for you simple ass niggas, man.
You know what, man? They trying to take over every sport we play. They want to.
Yeah.
You got a woman trying to go to the NFL now, man.
Well, there was this dude from Britain. I forgot what he does. Oh, he's a rapper. He just set the world record for lifting weights in the women's. He did it facetiously, you know. He was like, "Well, I'm considering myself a woman today." So, and then he lifted it, and he power clean. He did like 400 something, so now he got the record because he said he identified as a woman when he was weightlifting.
Hey. But now I identify as a man.
Yeah, he's a man though.
The Trackstown High School was transgender.
Yeah.
And he run against the women. You saw that?
Oh yeah, I see that.
Yeah, he
He
smoked it.
Smoked them all. Yeah.
He go win all the races.
Yeah, nigga with long hair.
He was a damn man.
He looked like a man. He even looked like a dude. Like,
He
he
got
didn't
a
really
flat
even try it.
shadow.
Yeah, he didn't even try to he just got like makeup on and shit.
When they had tickle bitties too, man, it was sad.
Come on, bro.
They got all the power, man. A woman going to the NFL.
Yeah.
Once you get hit by somebody like, whatever.
Yeah, a woman to get let her get.
You in the
They'll probably
major
put her
league?
as kicker until she fumbles the ball and tries to pick it up.
All it takes is one on the hitter come across. Oh, running back
Her head off, she's gonna be out. Everybody got to take a knee now.
Is she going to be a safety? A safety must smash. That's your job is to smash at the safety.
Is she gonna get run
run
over?
over.
Yeah.
And they're dying to get her. They're dying to run
A running
her.
back gonna run you right over. She gonna get hurt in practice.
That shit don't even how she gonna wear the shoulder pads. What I wanna know.
They got the out here in Tampa. They got the lingerie league out here in Tampa.
Oh yeah, they got the shoulder. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. That's right. Yeah, they got the indoor women's
They play
league.
football lingerie, bro.
But that's just women, you know. That's okay because it's all women. But as soon as you put a woman on the field with men, that's stupidity.
That ain't nothing but athletic porn. That's athletic porn.
A woman
See
is
this
nothing on
hanging
the
out.
battlefield.
They got on T-backs, the crack of it. You know what I'm saying? That's athletic porn. That's what that is.
How many women was in the part of the mighty men of King David, man? There was no women out there on the battlefield, man. But now you got women on the front lines, you know. Now they, but hey, they want equal rights. Well, now they can get drafted too. So even the ones that don't want to be out there, they're gonna be sent out there, man. All these little pretty things out here.
All that exposure.
Yeah, they gonna get throw a gun in her hand and ship her out.
Shorts on.
You know, 2/3 of our people, they want about watching you play football and the T-backs, they jerking off. You know what I'm saying? That's just...
That's less than after another man's woman. You watching these lingerie football leagues?
They married and shit.
And her husband in the stands and shit, waving at her.
Yeah, you would think they're prostitutes the way they're dressed, but no, they actually have families and shit.
Well, shit, you got places like Hooters, Wing House, where you watching another man's woman serve you food.
Yeah, it's another thing.
With the tits all out, you seeing all her curves, especially at Wing House. Like they leave nothing left at Wing House. Like you see it all. Yeah.
That's all bartenders, you know what I'm saying? 5 guys drinking.
Yeah.
They got to wear club jean shorts and
Have the tits out.
they take your order, they bounce it. You know, you can't remember what she wants, but you study for
And then you say something to her, and she liable. She called the police on you for harassment.
Oh, yeah.
See, that's false advertisement. Hold on, I don't go to the policeman and ask him to put to cook me some food.
Right.
Or if I see a firefighter, I expect them to put out some fires. If I see a hoe, I expect her to be a hoe.
Yeah, I'm
You
trying
dress like it, you know.
Yeah. I'm trying to see what's up.
Oh, as a matter of fact, let me get that real quick. Oh, actually, there's some proverbs. Because you dress like a hoe, you know.
the boy's uniform on.
Yeah.
So you crossing, I expect you to too.
And it's not crazy that you think that.
This is Proverbs 7 and 10. And behold, there met him a woman with the attire of an harlot and subtile of heart. She is loud and stubborn, her feet abide not in her house. So a woman dressed like a harlot, guess what? You know, her feet ain't gonna buy her house. She out and about like these women out here, man. Or they out all night long partying, looking for the next rod to suck on, or the next arrow to put in their quiver.
Yeah.
What's that?
It's in the next chapter, I think. 26.
Oh, Sirach 26.
The boxes of the wall and door, man.
Yeah.
Keep that in mind.
She's thirsty. She is thirsty. She is a thirsty traveler. You know. You got it?
I'm trying to find the verse. I got it on the page. Okay, I got it.
Okay, yeah. Start like at should you start at 6? Just read on down.
This is Sirach chapter 26, verse 6. But a grief of a heart and sorrow is a woman that is jealous over another woman.
Hey, oh boy, the Israelite women, they're the worst than that, man. They will, man.
They'll go through your friends list.
Yeah.
I've been through that,
You
bro.
fucking.
Who's this bitch?
Smelling your dick and shit.
I've been through that, bro.
Before you come in the house,
Smelling you and shit. You
Hey,
fucking bitch.
check it out with the Facebook shit back in the day, man. I had a chick I was talking to, and then she found out I had Facebook. She friended me on Facebook, and then she started friending all my friends.
Oh, boy.
But I'm like, oh shit.
Here we go.
And then like a few days later, I have my other female friends on my Facebook messaging me like, yo, what's with this girl? Why she keep messaging me about like asking me about your girl? I'm like, just ignore type of shit. I'm like, oh my god, that shit turned into a whole fucking ordeal.
Yeah.
And it should be like mission my cousin. That's my cousin. Like, no, I'm not fucking up.
Hey, because these women they'll get obsessed and go psycho, man.
Yeah.
But they're really supposed to be. They should be but righteously, you know, obsessed with you righteously, not
Right.
obsessed where they stalking you on some weirdo shit, you know.
There's no trust in it.
Cause see what she's jealous of the other women. She see you talking to another woman, she's liable, especially the nigga woman. She's liable to fight the bitch on the spot, man.
Oh yeah.
And hey, you go on YouTube and type in hood fights, and I guarantee you it's over a man. Most of the time, it's usually over a man
or a woman.
or a woman. Yeah. Yeah, the Carter months.
It's America, you remember that? Where we had battles.
We lose now, women too.
Yeah.
So it says, jealous over another woman, and a scourge of the tongue which communicates with all. An evil wife is a yoke shaken to and fro.
Jesus, an evil wife. And a lot of these people out here got evil wives, man. And that's what the Bible's talking about. And you don't even recognize it. You're bowing down to her. She's managing your life, micromanaging your life, every little detail, telling you what to wear. And it's like a yoke, man. A yoke is pretty much something to bondage, you know?
Yeah.
You get a yoke in bondage, man. So she got you locked down. What they call it, pussy whip?
Yeah,
Your pussy whip. You know, she got you locked down.
Yeah, ball and chain.
Ball and chain, yeah.
See that? Reading on. It says, I'll read it again. An evil wife is a yoke shaken to and fro. He that hath hold of her is as though he held a scorpion.
Damn.
Shit.
You gonna get stung. You might die. You know. Yeah.
We're talking about an evil wife now.
Yeah.
Okay? Because and there's good, we'll get into the good ones too, just to balance it out. But we're talking about you. The majority.
Not good, but some that are in somewhat order.
Yeah, some sort of order.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there's another side to the coin. All right, we're not just whipping bashing for the sake of it, but for the most part, y'all is not right, and we're gonna talk about it.
We just speaking truth.
Yes, so, hey, just simply the truth.
If the shoe fits, lace it up.
Simply the truth. And if you're not one of those, then you should be in agreement with us. If you're one of the righteous ones, you should be listening. Hey, Con, yeah, you're right. You're right. What?
Yeah, because you got, hey man, especially these women, man, you about to get you simp and you propose her or whatever. Jake, he probably saw the sign. Yeah, who showed
like a Benjamin?
Yeah, Benjamin.
But you know, these women, they get married and then they'll have a bachelorette party, sucking all kind of rods off. You know, and then she's gonna wear a white dress the next day after she's got her back blown out the night before, man.
Yeah,
with all her friends. They're wearing dildo hats and shit. You know.
Yeah, dildo candles and shit.
Candy, the dildo candy cake is a damn penis.
And we're not making fun. We're not even making this up. This is things happening every day in Babylon.
This is shit we've seen with our own eyes. Brother's been in bars. Where's that one place we went? The Shepherds, remember? If they were having a bachelor party, man.
One of them had a dance for someone that was single.
Yeah.
Some shit like that.
And I guarantee you, probably 90% of them had men, but they out there at a place where men go into to find women to do what? Not play Chinese checkers, you know, looking to take them home or take them upstairs to the hotel, man.
Yeah, somebody fucked that night.
And then the bitch that's about to get married, she's the one, you know, they might hire some male strippers, you know, just a bunch of wickedness, man. but then she'll be at the altar the next day, as they say.
I do.
Yeah.
I be waiting.
Go ahead.
I saw on one footage, she was getting married. She went inside the building with the best man. That smashed. I wish I could pull that up.
That shit happens a lot.
What does that
Smashed
say?
his best man.
Best man.
On the way.
That's wicked.
That's wicked, man. I'll be
Pull that
heated.
up so y'all can see that.
I didn't want to say I hate adultery.
These women are dangerous, man. These women are dangerous.
That adultery is one of the worst things you can do, man.
See, mention adultery numerous times. Numerous times. More than
Spiritually
murder.
and physically.
I hate that shit, bro. I hate adultery. More than a lot of things.
And because it's in us, man. The rage of a man.
Yeah,
is
we
jealousy.
were going earlier. Yeah.
You find out your wife stepped out on you, you ready to kill. You ready to kill somebody, man. And that's righteous though. Is you supposed to put both of them to death?
But you done invested in them. You done turned over to her.
Well, Taylor's your property. That's like you let somebody borrow your car and they bring it out. They bring it back with a blown engine. You're gonna be like, whoa, what the fuck? You gotta pay for it.
Yo,
now.
I don't even drop my car like that.
Yeah.
Bro.
Yeah, you tell you. I ain't gonna lie, I'm guilty of that. I test drive a couple cars before, they weren't mine. I'm, beating the hell out of it. But hey, shit.
My shit.
Yeah.
My shit.
You see that? Man, that's the mentality of adultery, though. If you don't want it done unto you, but you'll do it.
Right.
Jacob do it unto another man's wife, but when it happens to him, now he want to kill somebody.
Yeah, exactly.
Now it's not okay.
He take phones out. Yeah, but then he got on the low he got a wife that he deal with, and then when it happens, yeah, now you mad. You gotta handle it. You gotta handle his. All right. That's how people. All people are a bunch of hypocrites too.
Yeah, you get
I'll read on. Read it on. So it says, verse 8, Sirach chapter 26, verse 8. It says, a drunken woman, and a gatherer abroad causes great anger.
Yeah, you see a woman pissy drunk, gathering abroad. She come home, she can't even walk. Her friends got to walk her to the door. She was out all night. That stirs up anger, man. Go ahead.
And she will not cover her own shame.
And she's shameless, man. And what does it say about a shameless woman? She shall be counted as a dog.
Shameless women should be counted as a dog.
This chapter somewhere. Read it on, though.
Yeah, it's later on. This is 25, but
Okay, yeah, we can skip down to it later. Verse 9. The whoredom of a woman may be known in her haughty looks.
so you can see you could when you see a hoe. Hey, if it looks like a whore, it's a whore. A decent woman that's not out here twerking on Instagram and doing all this wickedness. Yeah, exactly. You can see that she's timid. She's not out here being all clamorous. She's timid. She don't come out like that. But a whore is a whore, man. She got her tits out, her ass out, tight dress. She's a whore. Putting all that makeup on to fool you.
You fooling me, bro? I know exactly what it is. I'm gonna get it. It says,
And they're what did it say? It said they were haughty.
yeah, it says the whoredom of a woman may be known by her haughty looks and eyelids.
Because they're proud as hell, man. Proud and haughty, man.
You can tell, bro, right off rip. Oh, one of them. I know that spirit right there. Let me
Don't
see
even
my
want to
phone.
talk to you.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
That's what I call it. Weird.
High maintenance bitch.
Yeah,
High maintenance.
There must be a Harley Davidson shop over there somewhere. Harley Davidson shirts.
Yeah, horse.
that.
Reading on. If thy daughter be shameless, it says, if thy daughter be shameless, damn, I just lost it. Oh yeah. If thy daughter be shameless, keep her in straightening.
Yeah, you gotta keep. You see your daughter starting to get raised up as a shameless woman.
Keep her ass aside.
Yeah, you can't let her go out, man.
No
Trying to go over, sleep over her friends. Nah.
Yeah, no more.
But she's saying she going over to study, but they going over some boy's house and they gonna get blown out, man. And she's no good. Because what? Because back in the ancient times, a father he would want to keep her in because you want to sell her for the dowry. You want to get her some money out of her. So you ain't gonna let her out in the bride. Gather a bride.
You try to put her up, set her up with the right family, of somebody
Prominent
with
family.
a prominent family. Otherwise, she's gonna go to whatever nigga out there, get her black blown out. Now she's worthless. She's used up goods, and now the dude can't pay the dowry properly. And now now what?
Now you stuck with her.
Yeah. That's fucked up, bro. So, and we've lost that custom. So we just let a woman go out. We don't really care. Oh, you gonna sleep over there? Now that they start smoking cigarettes and they sitting with boys. Hey, when I used to, we used to go on field trips to school back in the day. Holy shit. They got manatees driving now?
Shit, apparently. It's a hippopotamus.
What the fuck? You saw that?
Yeah. And could I not? I can't unsee it now.
No. I forgot what I was talking about. Oh yeah, when I back in the day when I was in high school, we used to take field trips, you know, and sometimes you used to come back home late at night on the bus. You sit next to a girl on the bus, you touching her up, feeling her up, fingering her and shit. Hey man, cops don't know what's going on.
She going to the movies, getting
fingered in the goddamn theater,
chopping the man off in the back of the theater,
kissing, making out, titties all out. Hey, your child's getting all types of you know, straight up abuse.
Women I spoke of, it's that devil right there.
You got put it real close.
I think it got dark.
Devil
What's her
right
name?
Devil.
Oh, it's a chick?
That's the one with the abortion.
Devil, man.
Yeah.
That woman is Satan. But she's supposed to be God, right? She's God, the queen.
I don't even think they even do that shit no more.
It's
I
over.
think that shit is over, bro.
Yeah, full light's done.
That black woman is God shit, I don't even think they do that no more.
She's the worst thing on the planet right now, other than Esau.
Ain't that shit we need to water on?
Yeah, I'll get one of those. Read it on, it said, I'll read it again, verse 10. Sirach 26-10. If thy daughter be shameless, keep her in straitly, lest she abuse herself through overmuch liberty.
Yeah, she abused herself through over much liquor. You gotta keep a woman on a short leash, man. Not the woman keep you on a short leash. You gotta keep these women straight, man. You gotta let them know what's up.
From early, specifically when they're daughters, when they're young daughters.
Well, that's the job of the mother, to teach them. Well, what's that? $1,000. Yeah, I know. The woman's supposed to, the older woman's supposed to.
Titus 3?
Oh, Titus
Titus
chapter 2, yeah.
It starts at home. That's why you have to have a man and a woman in the house. There has to be some sort of balance. Okay? There's got to be some sort of balance, because when you start bringing in the children in the world, and there's only one raising up the child, there's no balance to raise up that child.
And if the mother's bugged out, then the daughter's gonna be even worse.
And if the man is bugged, the father's raising the children, he's trying to raise the daughter, and he don't know what the hell he's doing. He's gonna let her go sleep over and this, that, and the third.
That's not a man's job to raise kids.
No. Yeah,
You come and play with him, but you're not supposed to raise him up. You teach your son how to be a man when he becomes a man, but that's the woman's job, man. Hey, you got single father. What's they call it? Single father homes.
Yeah, come.
It's bugged out, man. I mean, unless the woman's a complete crackhead or something, I understand that. But
yeah, have no choice.
But then the man really, it's not in the man's spirit to really raise up a child like that, man. You gotta changing diapers and shit.
Let grandma do it.
Yeah, that's what you had handmaids for.
Come.
Because if you have a daughter, then you're seeing her nakedness.
Yeah, man. You're seeing that's bugged out, man.
Wipe
If
her
you
ass
really
and
think
shit.
about it, yeah.
Show her how to, you gotta show her all the feminist, how to clean herself right and all that. What the hell a man know about doing that?
About that.
A man is simple. A woman can raise a young boy, because it's simple. Watch the damn balls,
Give him a toy and he'll play with it all day.
Shake off.
Yeah, shake it.
There ain't no proper way of wiping, none of that
The rock
bullshit.
is a stick and a leaf. Figure it out.
But if they don't wipe right, there'll be some kind of bacteria.
Yeah, UTI.
And that's what I said. These niggas don't even know how to wipe correctly, man. They wiping back to front.
Their mothers never taught them. Their mothers never taught
Putting the fucking feces all up in their box. And then you got these bug outs eating them out.
them. Go ahead, Doc.
All right, this is the book of Titus, chapter 2, verse 3. The aged woman, likewise, that they be in behavior as becometh holiness, not false accusers. You got this brother could testify all about that. False accusers, man, making shit up,
Shut up, man.
Not giving too much wine, teachers of good things, that they may teach the young woman to be sober, to love their husbands, to love their children.
And those good things are written in the scripture, how a woman should be.
Because really, yeah, that's what the women need to really just focus on the daughters. Yeah, they watch for the sons, but you know, the son's gonna learn from the father, you know.
Right.
And when he becomes of age, then because he's still under that scripture. He's still under tutors and governors. You know, meaning people,
The ones that are watching over.
you know, he's being built up, and then when he becomes a man, then he can deal with his dad, you know, on another level. Yeah, exactly.
The dad's gonna take his son out in certain places, he'll be amongst the men or whatever, but you know, he's just observing.
You don't take your daughter to the pub, the local pub,
Yeah.
to have a first drink with.
Listen to the men talk.
It's bugged out. Yeah, man. You take your son when he turn. You know, I remember, you know, growing up, my dad, first liquor, take a shot, drink some of this beer.
Yeah, some low shit.
But yeah, you're not gonna do that with your daughter, man.
Yeah. Now you got all the other men looking at your little daughter like, okay, wait till your child, I can't help it. You know?
You know, there's gonna be accidents soon with all this.
Yeah, waiting for that shit.
Yeah, this is verse 5. To be discreet, chaste, keepers at home, good, obedient to their own husbands, that the word of the Most High be not blasphemed. So that's how your wife is supposed to be obedient unto you. All right, keepers at home. They didn't say keepers on the streets. Chaste, discreet. These women they far from that. It's not discreet whatsoever. You know, they're not chaste. You know, being pure. These women are all defiled through all kind of things. Men, philosophies. You know, just bugged out right on railroad tracks. And then look, the woman, we all died, you know? Got the husband following after her.
Oh, God. All right, back in the book of Sirach, chapter 26, verse 11. Watch over an impudent eye, and marvel not if she trespass against you.
Yeah, no, you all of a sudden you're shocked. Can't believe it.
I can't believe she did that. I trusted you.
How could you do this to me?
Madeline. Yeah, man. What you mean? These women don't know no better, man.
Yep. Right.
You have to watch over her. Keep her ass inside. That's what you told you.
That's why they're supposed to be obedient unto their husbands. And if you're not ruling over her, then she's you're giving her too much liberty, man.
Yep.
You gotta keep this woman in check. You know, like when you properly train a dog, the dog's supposed to walk right next to you. He ain't walking you.
Yeah, you
walking the dogs, man. That's how you got to be with these women. Keep them in check.
And it starts with the daughters, and then it moves up in the same thing with the wife. You gotta keep them. Otherwise, your whole house is gonna be out of order.
And if the mother's just completely bugged out, then the kids are gonna be bugged out by default.
No order in the family. That's not a royal family. That's not a king. You know, that's not a kingdom.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a queendom. And you see what happens in the queendom? Chaos.
Concrete.
Yeah. Just a bunch of nonsense.
Concrete's in order. Reading on. Verse 12. Here we go. She will open her mouth as a thirsty traveler when she hath found a fountain.
Yeah, what happens when a thirsty traveler, man? She's looking for something to drink. And what do these women be drinking?
Yeah, read on. And drink of every water near her.
Yeah, that's these women, man. She's looking on every rod they can.
By every hedge she will sit down and open her quiver against every arrow.
Yeah, that's the quiver is her box, and the arrows are repeaters, man. Opening it, she spreading them legs wide open, busting it wide open for you.
Wide open.
And these women have 8 guys in 1 week, man. They're 3 dudes in 1 day.
And of course, this is an analogy, but this is what it's talking about. It's talking about that. It's talking about her poom poom.
That's a parable.
Opening up her legs to every arrow being a man's thing.
Yep.
All right? That's what it's talking about in the book.
And then Jake even says that, man. This bitch is thirsty.
Yeah. And it's talking about her blowing rod.
Yeah.
Because that's what you think that's some new shit. No, they've been doing that, man, since the ancient world. That ain't no new shit. They've been doing that since the ancient world. Women have been doing the same shit. Just going after any man. As soon as they get a little liberty, they're gonna go after any man. Of course, a man's gonna do it. Hell yeah. What's up, man? You're gonna do this with the ropes on and everything. Okay?
But she
The
has
same
no
thing.
bra on and shit, tits all out. You know, that's a perfect example of somebody that's not having a woman in subjection, man. And
Oh, she had her titties up.
yeah, she's wearing
He
no bra.
walking around.
Yeah.
But then she got the shirt to cover herself with hanging off her
Yeah,
shoulders.
it's hanging off her shoulders.
What was the point? You should have just left that at home.
It's too hot. Bitch. You're gonna put her around her waist like,
Yeah,
hey, all
tied
right.
it like here.
He ain't aware of that, man.
Nah,
He's a simp.
so he let.
He's showing it off.
Yeah.
He likes that.
Yeah.
He's showing it off. He don't feel no way about it. That's it on that. I mean, there's a lot. I could.
Yeah, might as well keep going.
I'm gonna start up though. I'm gonna go back up to the first verse, and then we'll skip around this chapter a little bit. In the spirit. So Sirach chapter 26 verse 1. So on the flip side, it says, blessed is the man that hath a virtuous wife, for the number of his days shall be doubled.
Right, you're not stressing out every damn night. You know, she's not giving you hell. You know? But you're not gonna find that in this kingdom right now, in this wicked ass society. I mean, you might, but it's
very rare, bro.
Yeah. Good luck.
Unicorn, man. And basically, that's talking about the ancient world, basically, because what you had women that grew up with with a father of honor and a mother, okay, and maybe have some handmaids in there, and some good upbringing. Yeah. And here you still have some train tracks. You know, but anyways, I'm just observing.
Another bug out.
Yeah, they have morals. So the woman was brought up in a household with morals. The father taught her. The father was there to discipline her. The mother taught her how to be a woman, how to cook, how to clean, how to be a wife. And so now when she was given on to another man, she had virtue.
Yeah, exactly.
She had virtue. So blessed is that man. You know. So it says, for the number of his days shall be doubled. A virtuous woman rejoices her husband.
He gonna rejoice over her because he got a good woman. So to say. She's serving him. She's doing what he tells her to do. He's not running her mouth at him. You know,
That's a fairy tale.
trying to hit him and shit. You know.
It's a fairy tale now, but that's something that's going to happen in the kingdom of heaven.
Yeah, but right now, society, that's a fairy tale.
It's not happening here. That's why it's just best for you to if you got somebody, you got a decent one, all right, then keep her around. But but like I said, don't marvel if she trespass against you. Don't bug out. No, don't trip. Don't I can't believe it.
Yeah, he's at the house crying and shit.
Yeah, hey man, the Bible said that it's gonna happen. So it says, a virtuous woman rejoiceth her husband, and he shall fulfill the years of his life in peace. A good wife is a good portion, which shall be given in the portion of them that fear the Lord. So you're really the Lord's gonna bless you with a woman like that if you fear Yahweh Shem Yahushai. So the men back in those days that actually they'll fear the Lord, Israelites that feared the Lord, they're gonna have a virtuous woman on their side. That's how it was set up. But the wicked, and we'll get into that eventually. Hey, they're gonna have a wicked woman. All right, they're gonna have a household that's disordered. But a man that fears the Lord, his house is typically gonna be in order. And if the woman ain't right, then the Lord's gonna separate.
Get her right here. Get her out of there.
We'll get her out of there for you. Okay, man.
Hey.
That's right. Hey. Hey, good job.
Appreciate that. Appreciate it.
You're welcome. Reading on. Whether a man be rich or poor, if he hath a good heart towards the Lord, he shall at all times rejoice with a cheerful countenance. Well, actually, I'll skip down some. I'll talk about that no more. So let's get down to verse 13. The grace of a wife delighteth her husband, and her discretion will fatten his bones. All right, talking about a woman that has a proper upbringing. Okay, it says it'll fatten his bones. Okay, that's a good.
She's at home cooking.
Yeah, con.
Doing what she's supposed to.
Yeah, man.
Pleasing her up, doing her duties.
Womanly duties. It's a beautiful thing, man. That's what we look at. That's all we want, man. We don't really ask for much. We usually like 3 or 4 of those. Just in order, man. That'd be a beautiful thing. But hey, in Babylon, no go. A silent and loving woman is a gift from the Most High.
Silent, yeah. That's why the Lord said He suffered not a woman to teach, man. You don't need to talk later. So you talk when you're spoken to. When there's a question that needs to be answered. That's why she said in Proverbs that she's loud and stubborn. But these women, that'll fucking drive you nuts, man. Just yapping away all day long. You go out, she's still yapping. You treat her to a nice little dinner, still in the car yapping away.
Man. I hate that, man.
That's why in these last days, man, you're not even supposed to be trying to deal with women, man. I mean, if you have one, hey, then deal with her. And if she's pleased to be with you, then
right.
And hey, then deal with her. If you I think that's 1 Corinthians 7 and 29. Say something. 1 Corinthians chapter 7, verse 29, it says, but this I say, brethren, the time is short. It remaineth that both they that have wives be as though they had none.
Right.
So, that you, if you're with a woman, man, you're supposed to be acting like you don't even have one, man. Meaning your main attention is directed towards the Lord, man.
I'm not saying you're just treating her like a piece of trash, you know.
Your focus isn't really on that. You're balancing your lifestyle, of course. You're handling your husbandly duties, but your focus is really on serving the Yahweh Shem Yahushua.
Let me go up a little bit.
Yeah, there's no something.
Yeah, kind of. Verse 27. 1 Corinthians 7 and 27, it says, art thou bound unto a wife? Seek not to be loosed. Art thou loosed from a wife? Seek not a wife.
That's the one. Yep. You see, if you have a wife, if you have one, don't try to like put her off. But if you don't have one, don't be out there trying to, look for this black queen. A daughter of Sarah. Going on Israelite matchmaker.com type of shit. Join the IUIC type of shit.
Yeah, because what the Apostle Mark did a video on that. The real marriage that we're looking for in this truth is the marriage to
Yeah, you
to
just
the
put
Lamb,
that
man.
out. Just put that out.
You know, because you get a lot of these guys who come into this truth. They hear about the scriptures, they hear that it is Israel, but then the main attraction that they get to, that they're drawn into this truth is that, oh, we find you a wife,
The sisters.
so they go join IUIC because they're gonna get a wife.
Yeah, the Rochester brother.
That's
Yeah, because you ran into the dude. He was like, oh, I was looking for the truth. I see you.
Yeah, Zion,
Yeah.
elder up there.
Yeah, but the dude he's stuck on IUIC shit. Oh, they do marriages, weddings.
Yeah.
So
Hook me up.
Extravagant
yeah, right.
weddings and shit.
Hook me up with somebody.
Yeah. Give me one of those.
And Christian mingle.
Yeah, this right.
That's what it is, man.
Evil music. Fuck
All
that.
that is a Christian, is a church, man. It's
all
like
it is.
Christian shit.
Baptist shit, man.
Having weddings. What kind of shit is that, man?
We don't do that over here, man. We serve Yahweh Shem Yahushua. If the Lord wants to throw us a bone, we'll gladly pick it up. All right, but other than that, man, we ain't out there looking for all that.
Maybe if one of your family members getting married, you want to go, whatever. But you ain't gonna be in there like the star of the party. Hey, look, your house side window wedding,
Hey, we're here. You got. You're not gonna shut off your family. Hey, we don't do
As long
weddings.
as you ain't having a big extravagant wedding. Hey, really a wedding, that weddings was for it was a ceremony. It ain't like this shit. Now this is how you get married.
Staring at her. Staring at her.
That was just a ceremony. That was a ceremony, and then that's what we went into. That's for afterwards.
Right, that's how
how
it's supposed to go. Yeah, and that's a beautiful thing. It's supposed to build up to it. Like, oh shit.
Yeah. And it was nothing like the weddings today, where everybody's looking at the woman. She at the front. She coming. Yeah, everybody was. The men were having a good time, and then when the time came, you went into the back room with her and did your thing. And it was every fucking hooting and hollering and all that nonsense. Dun, 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 dun. Here comes the whore.
We don't do that, bro.
Yeah.
That's not our custom, man. Then you gotta get a paper signed for me, so we don't do all that shit. That's another nation, bro. We go get some. Fuck out of here.
Through the power, and say through the power invested in me.
And you? Who the fuck is you?
You can become somebody that I forgot what they call them that says that I pronounce a man white. You can get a certificate online.
Get that shit.
The marriage according to the Bible is given to a woman that's 795, right?
Say again?
Marriage according to the Bible. It's not.
Yeah, exactly. Marriage is being consummated. That's how you consummate marriage.
Marriage means to come together. Sex.
Oh shit.
All right, or not necessarily sex, but to come together. So when they speak about marriage between a man and a woman, really the marriage is one that they have done. All right, that's what that means.
All right?
Yeah.
Sucker.
Yeah. And that's women worship, man.
And you nearly homeless because of the rain. You trying to afford.
Don't worry, sweetie. I'm gonna get you a better one when the money's right. Hey, come on, man.
Put it on a credit card and shit. You gotta pay that shit up for a long time.
And then you get divorced, you keep it on that shit. You just take half of your shit.
You bought all rain in y'all
Yeah,
bed.
you sucker. Sucker. I'll read this again. It says, what was it? Silence. Yeah. A silent and loving woman is a gift of the Lord, and there is nothing so much worth as a mind well instructed. Read the next verse. A shamefaced and faithful woman is a double grace. I'll read it again. It says, a shamefaced and a faithful woman is a double grace.
Yes.
What the hell is that?
There's like clowns coming out of that bitch. Man, I thought it was it's a car coming out of there for a second.
Yeah, that shit quite smell like
Yeah.
Oh, they had a dog in the shit. I didn't mean because of dog.
I would have said, nah, y'all gonna have to take another Uber.
Yeah, you better be tipping me.
That's sad.
Yeah, thumbs up, man. All those gonna be out. So, one of those.
You can keep that one.
Yeah, maybe one of them. They ain't all that. Anyways, a shamefaced and faithful woman is a double grace, and her continent mind cannot be valued. Because what? When you have something like that, that's something that you know that's a far and few between. You get a woman that's shamefaced and faithful, you hold on to that because that's high value. That's a beautiful thing to have. And that's why it's something that we really don't see anymore. You don't really see that too much or at all anymore in this world. In the ancient world, you'll come across it here and there. But in this world, you're not going to see it. That's why when the brother brought that scripture, man, if you don't got a woman, hey, don't go out there looking for one, because it's really you're gonna end up just shooting yourself in the foot. Because you're gonna knock her up, she's gonna become a real demon, and then you're gonna have to deal with it. And you're gonna put all your attention onto serving this woman, and then all hell breaks loose. And then what? What were you doing? What were you doing when the Lord came back? You were serving this woman.
I was gonna say she might act real, real nice at the beginning, but she gonna end up being a demon anyway.
And that's how they always end up, man. That's why King Solomon said what he said, man. Because at the end of the day, no matter how good they say they are, or they might slow you, they might be cooking for you every day, but then they a fucking demon regardless, man. They get fed up with that shit because these women nowadays, they ain't programmed to be a good loving wife staying at home, man.
Well, we read it earlier. So the woman, if she maintain her husband, is full of anger. she over there cooking you food, but really in her head, she's nigga got me cooking eggs.
Fucking hate this shit.
You want no shrimp?
Yep. You tell her what to do. Because this society has told women that they ruling over the men. So when a man puts his foot down, a real man, then they lose their shit, man.
Uh-huh. That's why the majority of these women nowadays, they don't even cook, man. Everything that's eat, especially if they don't got a man, boy, you ain't never gonna see a cooked plate meal in their house.
McDonald's microwave stuff.
Banquet
banquet pot pies and all that.
Wendy's bags and shit.
You open up their freezer, just pour banquet pot pies.
Ramen noodles.
That's what really Donald Trump is doing y'all nigga women a favor, man. Because he's giving y'all the government food boxes, man. Now y'all really don't got to cook. You just look at bread. Yeah, you just put that thing in the microwave and there you go.
Cheerios and powdered milk.
Yeah. Yep.
Hey, how you get that bread? It's gonna be green anyway.
Yeah.
Let me get it. Yeah. Down a little bit. Verse 20. Verse 20. Sirach chapter 26, verse 20. When thou hast gotten a fruitful possession through all the field, talking about the woman, sow with thine own seed, trusting in the goodness of thy stock. So if you find a good one, man, go ahead and pump her up.
Yep.
If you find that good one, go ahead and pump her up. Lay your seed, because that's a good one. You wanna, that's what you want. You don't want to lay your seed in one of these heifers out here.
Yeah. These ostriches.
Yeah, these ostriches. As soon as that seed pop out, she's gonna go ahead and divorce your punk ass. Take everything. If you dumb enough to get married, take it for all you got or half of what you got. Take the kid and get paid off the kid. And you get paid off your punk ass. You gotta pay her child support.
That's all these women see the kids as a paycheck, man.
Yep.
That's why you got these in the hoods. Man, you'll have one woman with 8 kids. That shit don't make no sense.
Oh, a lot.
No baby, no man in the house though.
No man in the house.
The kids don't know who their pops is. They're like months apart, you know, years of age difference. You know, he 1 year old, she got 1 year old, a 2 year old, a 4 year old, a 8 year old, you know.
Yeah, all these different ages and shit going up the ladder. You got the one kid, again, you got the one kid that's basically watching over all the other kids while mom
The
is
oldest one, you know.
getting fatter and fatter, cursing at everybody. You motherfucking kids, man. Cursing out the kids. These people be cussing out their own shit. You fucking kid.
You make a mess.
Call him a little nigga and shit. Like, I feel
You
that
ain't shit, just like your dad.
Yeah.
Like,
Hey,
damn.
little nigga, man. Like, dude, it's a child, man. Don't lay your seed in that. Go ahead.
Precept on that. This is Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 56.
Okay.
The tender and delicate woman among you, which would not adventure to set the sole of her foot upon the ground for delicateness and tenderness, her eye.
See, because that's how our women used to be.
Yeah, used to be.
Delicate, real delicate, real feminine. You know, effeminate.
Sexy.
But now these bitches want to fight doing shit, you know. Trying to do the same jobs you doing, you know.
You gotta play sports, construction,
Yeah, construction.
race cars, don't
Yeah.
Don't look compassionate, goddamn race
Yeah,
cars. You wasting the damn car. I want a sport. Sitting there.
You got women spitting, they'll spit in your
Yeah,
face.
spitting. Yeah.
Like that's not effeminate whatsoever, man.
That's not ladylike.
Yeah.
Skydiving, mountain climbing.
Go ahead, Doc.
It says, her eye shall be evil towards the husband of her bosom, and towards her son, and toward her daughter.
Hey, read it again from the top.
Okay. Deuteronomy 28, verse 56. The tender and delicate woman among you, which would not adventure to set the sole of her foot upon the ground for delicateness and tenderness,
Right.
her eyes shall be evil towards the husband of her bosom, and towards her son, and toward her daughter, and toward her young one that cometh out from between her feet.
Yeah, that same beautiful, dainty woman that we had back in the day. Now it's to the point where her eyes looking at her, the man of the nation, her husband, as the enemy. And what is she doing? She's going to the enemy. To the yeah, kicking you out the house. All right. Or you may have bought the house, and now she take the house. Somehow.
She was in a motel, a roach motel,
Police on your ass.
and then she got another man in your bed.
Yep. Fucking
Next day, yeah, the very next day.
They fucking in the same bed you bought. Yeah, you still paying for it. You still paying for the mattress. And you got another nigga on there skeeting all over it. That's that shit. The same woman, dainty and delicate woman, done just turned on you. That's all women, all of them.
Just treating their kids like complete garbage. You know, feeding them poison.
Yep. Cussing them out, cussing the kid, calling them little niggas.
Beating them for no reason. I mean, there's discipline. You discipline kids.
Pick up this shit.
Yeah, these women, they'll beat them just because they had a bad day.
Yeah.
Take it out on the kids, beating the hell out of them. I'm talking about like this is what Esau called child abuse, you know. It's like, yo, ask, you know, you gotta, when you can discipline the kid, but an ass whooping, you can give somebody that disrespects you, you know. Not your kids. Maybe he spilled some pudding on the floor, now you beating him over the head.
Make him clean it up. Watch him clean it up.
Yeah.
Okay? That's how you do. You're like, yo, what you doing? You know, but you don't go beat the shit out of him. Because then what's he gonna do? You're just using emotion, so now he's gonna get emotional on the street. He's gonna become a goddamn gangster.
Yeah, he could be a monster.
Yeah.
Maybe there's women shall bring forth monsters. Yeah.
So now what he's gonna do is he's gonna go on the street corners and he's gonna be a goddamn monster out there going exacting discipline off of emotion.
Yeah, just like he was raised.
Yeah. Raised
We're
as a
gonna
monster.
handle this with violence. Listen.
Everything is violence. And they really get that from the so-called white man.
Yeah.
They just don't know it.
And that's where the nigga woman gets it from. That's part of those that philosophy, that fruit she ate of in the garden.
Yes, from the get up. You know? From the get up. So that same delicate, tender woman is
But
gone.
it's all like,
She is no more. She doesn't exist. Again, you might run into one, and again, it's like a unicorn, man.
It's an extinct.
Yeah, man. And again, if you find one, the scripture says, you find one of them joints, it says, sow it with thine own seed, trusting in the goodness of thy stock. So trusting in the goodness of your stock, you being a man of the Lord, you go ahead and you pump her up, knowing that only goodness is gonna come out of that. Hey, man, wipe her up, basically. So thy race which thou leavest shall be magnified, having the confidence of their good descent. So knowing that, hey, if I see her up, if I pump her up, then I know that it's nothing but goodness is gonna come out of here. It's coming out of my lineage. and it's gonna be a good kid that's gonna come out of it, a good child. And harlot shall be accounted as spittle, but a married woman is a tower against death to her husband. So a damn hoe, a harlot, is counted as spit. It's basically like the heathen. Doesn't say the same thing about these other nations. And our women, a lot of our women is likened on to a harlot. They play the harlot, do they not? I know some women that I care for in the world, they gone.
Oh,
Gone.
lost in the soul.
Yeah, gone. I really cared about them, but man, they gone. I see it now, I'm like, damn, another nigga? You got another one? And you just see the demons piling on them. You can see it in their face. They got crow's feet on their eyes. They just losing it. They're not pretty no more.
They need to be putting that drop in for those crows.
Yeah. That's what you're talking about.
You gonna tighten up?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Tighten up.
Inside joke. But yeah, it says, and harlot shall be accounted as spittle. But a married woman is a tower against death to her husband. So an actual real woman that's playing the wife, being a wife, she's going to be accounted as a strong, basically a tower, a strong tower. Not like the most high,
Yeah.
don't get twisted.
Just a
Straight.
pillar of rest. A pillar of rest.
Pillar of rest.
You can come home and she gonna massage your back. Take care of you when you get home. Not increase the hell on you. Here it is. You went through a horrible day, and then she's gonna make it even worse.
She's going to be little you. She's going to call you up. She's not gonna she's not gonna you just had a horrible day and now she's gonna add on to it. No, she's gonna be that pillar of rest like your brother just said. And she's gonna make you forget about the day. She's not gonna be rid of you or demasculate. A lot of you women like to try to demasculate demasculate your husbands. Like that's something you like get off on that shit. Like belittle the man, like you ain't no real man. You can't do this. You can't fix that. You can't fix that. No, I'm not a fucking electrician. What the fuck you want me to do? I'm not gonna fucking blow up the house to make you want me to fix the chocolate point. They'll do that. They'll do that.
And then they'll know what buttons to push.
Yep, sure do.
That's why you can't tell them everything.
You can't tell them shit.
They need to tell you everything, not the other way around.
Yeah. So what'd you do today? How much was your check? What's your paycheck? Let me see it. All right, let's put it in the bank. Put it in the bank. All right, good.
You had 30 minutes on the computer.
Yeah, go ahead. All right, what do you need? You got your gas money. You need more. All right, you need $30 for gas money. You gotta treat them like children. Otherwise, your whole house is fucked.
Real quick, it's 1 Corinthians 11, verse, I'll start at 8. For the man is not of the woman, but the woman of the man. Neither was the man created for the woman, but the woman for the man.
Read it again.
This is 1 Corinthians 11, verse 9. For the man is not of the woman, but the woman of the man.
Start right there. It's in the Bible. Read it one more time.
This is 1 Corinthians 11, verse 8. For the man is not of the woman, but the woman of the man.
The man is not of the woman, even though the man came out of the woman's womb. We know that, okay? You came from a woman. You came, motherfucker. We know you. No, we came out of when you incubated us.
But the first person was a man.
Good. Where did it ultimately come from? It came from the balls. Yeah, you see? But you came from the man's nuts. That's where you know. I came from my father's nuts. That's where I came from.
Yeah, that's their argument. Without me, you wouldn't be here. Bitch.
Without my dad, I wouldn't have been here.
I brought you this one. I'll take you
Yeah,
out.
you were just an incubator.
My dad brought me into
That's all
this
you
world.
want.
You just transporting me until I grew up till the time I was able to come out into the earth.
Yeah, you're the dirt. You're the earth. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we're not dissing you. We're just trying to put you, humble you a little bit. Know your place. So it says the man is not of the woman, but the woman of the man. Okay? Like Brother read in Genesis. You're a helpmeet unto us. Act like it.
Right from the man. Verse 9. Neither was the man created for the woman, but the woman for the man.
Wait, what sense is that for us to be created for a woman? It doesn't make no sense.
Yeah.
You're getting popped by so here it is, you're the woman, and so God created a man for you to come and just dominate you, basically, to pop you and know, that don't make no sense. Yeah.
The man's supposed to rule over
Yeah,
them.
yeah, but
Now it's backwards.
yeah, it's like backwards. It's like, no, it don't work that way. Here it is. You acting like you above everybody. You women rule. I'm women, hear me raw type of shit.
Yeah.
But really, your job is to get dominated, to get penetrated by a more dominant being. That's your purpose.
Bitch, I go inside you. You don't go inside of me.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That means I have dominance over you. Yeah.
That's domination. That you have. We got a damn sword that we got to stab you with.
But in this society, women get all the benefits, man.
That's the problem.
They get all the benefits.
Problem. You have too many benefits.
All the benefits. We have no benefits. We have no benefits.
Your benefit is to be you're with a man of the Lord. That's your benefit. That's your benefit. You're with a man of the Lord. That's your benefit. That's something you benefit and you praise the Most High for. Man, I got a good man.
The white man got the privilege. The white man got all the benefits. I just leave us. You know what I'm saying? Speed bump.
Yeah, come.
Speed bump.
Pump in the road, come. So back into this.
What the fuck?
It says, you good?
This ain't some dude on the comment board said.
I'll get it on the thing.
Oh, so I can your comments.
Oh, he's just asking a question. He's asking if we start a war and kill off all the other nations. Who said that? We're not killing off all the other nations.
What are we talking about killing nations?
I don't know what this guy's talking about. Just keep going.
Yeah, we didn't talk about that. We're not talking about that. You're on the wrong page.
Yeah, my man.
We've been talking about women the whole time.
What are you talking about, bro?
I mean, get us wrong if we quoted something, you know.
I think they Hebrew Israelites, I can ask them any damn thing.
We're not making fun of you, none of that, but
Yeah.
we don't remember with that subject even coming up, to be honest.
Yeah, he got a bunch of comments on here. Bunches.
Nothing about what we're talking about? Anything about what we're talking about? None? Yeah, he must have got confused. So he's probably on another one and then somehow flipped over. I'm just assuming that. I don't know, bro. Yeah, he bugged out.
Yeah. But anyway.
Back to the scriptures. So, Sirach chapter. This is mine. This is mine, right? Yeah. Back to Sirach chapter 26, verse 23. A wicked woman is given as a portion to a wicked man, but a godly woman is given to him that feareth the Lord.
And that's why the wicked cost is better than the righteous, especially when it comes to this women, you know. I can speak that for myself when I used to hang with the right benefits and hang with the wrong crowd. They love me if you sell poker dope. Working man, they used to laugh at me, man. Who you work at? You know what I'm saying? They follow a wicked man before they get with the right man.
Yeah. They see these women see a dude selling drugs. You know, he got the Mercedes Benz. They know he's selling drugs. You know, they're more attracted to that.
Grabbing into that.
Grimy nigga. You know.
I was watching the show the other day, and the lady in the show, she was always after all these rich guys. And then when she meets a guy, he's a regular Joe Schmo, he's a plumber. He's like, a plumber? She's like, she's like, basically just the guy. The guy was all interested in her, and she just dissed him, man. And that's how it is, man. These women don't give a damn about a man who's, you know, on the low estate, you know?
Or he got a sincere, you know, honest working job, you know.
He would have took care of her too. He probably would have took care of her. Make sure she had everything.
How much? What you do? When they miss, that's what they tell me a little bit about yourself. And they miss that you don't sell no drugs, so they ain't sinning.
First thing to look at your shoes, your sneakers.
Hey,
Yeah, that's what they said the first time I look at their shoes.
That's why at the end of the day, Jake got to go rent these nice ass whips to play the part, like, and then he'll rent a car, a nice ass whip like a Benz or something, and then he'll rent an Airbnb for the night. Go out with the chick and say like, yeah, this is my car, this is where I live.
Hey, personally, that's what you should do. Just
Oh,
fly
really?
to the bitch.
Yeah.
All that
Fly
for
to the
that.
bitch. Yeah.
All that for a nut.
All that for one night.
If you ain't wearing Jordans,
Gotta have. Yeah, first thing I'm looking at some shoes. Yeah. If you ain't got no clean kicks on, then basically what it is
Then
like
the cut.
they say the
got some
shoes tell.
Skechers on and
Yeah,
shit.
they say the shoes tell you a little bit about yourself.
unless you're an Edomite. If you're an Edomite, you can wear whatever the hell you want to wear. They're gonna bow down and spread equal. Because they know that Edomites can't dress.
Yeah, we did that ourselves. We had a whole state where stuff that we really can't afford. You know what I'm saying? So they respect. He's something for it all, but he dressed in a little stick, you know? Oh, he wear paydays.
He shops at they came for Walmart. So, you know.
Buy some old Navy khakis, a little shirt, and some sketches, and he worth $100,000. You know, you got $200 in your account, you got a $200 shirt Jordans, a $90 polo, $300 jeans. That's what's going on with our people, man. We can't afford, we just maintain.
And maintain.
We just maintain.
It's because women, they just want the carnal things. You know, they want to be carnal, live good. You know, real quick, this is 1 Timothy chapter 5, verse 6. But she that liveth in pleasure is dead while she liveth. All these women that trying to live in pleasure, man, she's dead. She's dead woman walking, you know.
Walking dead.
trying to just live luxurious life. You know, you take a bitch to you know, just a rundown place, she gonna be there. You know, she thinks she did this shit, the best thing that's ever happened on the planet. You know, every woman thinks that about herself, except for these, you know, these low self-esteem losers. But yeah, those are probably the best ones to deal with, honestly.
To be honest with you, yeah, because there will be a woman for
The
this.
scripture said do not be conformed to this world, right? Nothing's coming with you, man. Nothing in this world shall come with you.
If you want a good wife, get one of them that don't look like that hot. Like
Low self-esteem. That's the ones
get one
you
with
need.
low self-esteem. She'll be there for you. Go ahead, bro. You gonna say something?
No, you get that word pleasure in there. It says the sensual enjoyment as the chief object of life.
Say it again.
The word pleasure there, it means the sensual enjoyment as the chief object of life. And there you go, living my best life.
Yeah.
There it is. It's in the Bible.
That's what they do. You know? There goes the Me Too movement, the living my best life, the YOLO, all that right in there, man. Do as thou wilt, spirit.
Do as thou
You know? Say this, because that's what it is, man. These women, that's what they do, man. You know?
Feels good, do it.
Hey, man, just go, hey, man.
What's he saying?
He said, you guys should not curse like you.
Man,
Hey, man,
where's your videos?
go watch some
Go
Joel
to his
Osteen,
channel, see if he got videos.
Yeah.
Let's see if he got some videos.
Go watch some Joel Osteen, man.
Yeah.
When did we curse? We never cursed. We ain't fucking cursing.
Yeah.
When did we fucking curse?
We might be using rude speech, but
You unlearn.
hey, if you don't want to hear it, go ahead.
How did you find this page?
Yeah, exactly.
It's
You're
not
not
like we got like millions of followers. How the hell did you find this
Hey,
page?
one person watching it, that's you, man.
You're the only one watching it, dog. Bugging.
On the channel, man.
Yeah, man.
Go
Go
watch.
watch.
Like it, man. Go watch. Put on Joel Osteen videos, man.
You don't curse. What was I here? It says, yeah.
Now everybody get.
No,
Yeah, everybody get on.
Yeah,
these
you
guys.
flip it
now,
up. Flip it up.
Shit, white dude just crazy. These people are bugged out, man.
This niggas is crazy. We don't even deal with that no more. You have no power against.
Of course, look. They must have just created it today. No content, no subscriptions, nothing. Probably a scoffer. Probably one of these scoffers that we know of around here. You know.
All right, bro, then do this. Just make a video on how we should do this.
You show us how to do it.
Just show us how to do
Since
it.
you're the expert, you show us.
Yeah.
Because we probably been doing it wrong for 5-6 years. So just show us how to do it.
There you go, buddy. Hey, have a good day, man.
Get the roach out of here.
There you go.
That's a good day.
That's a good day.
Because here it is, all the shit that's happening in the world. All right, and he worried about how we cussing. We use so-called curse words as this new speech. All right.
Killed it.
There you go. Planes
Get out.
falling out of the sky.
Yeah.
Machine guns.
You thought about what I
Planes
say,
are falling out of the sky. It's raining planes. Hallelujah.
This nigga just shot like 49 people, killed them all, and you worried about us saying shit?
Come on, man. Come on, bro.
See, niggas like that's just gonna die, man.
Yo, you weak. I'm telling you right now, bro, you weak.
Well, he's gone now. I got him out of there.
I don't know if you can still hear the thing though. Or whatever.
He's out.
Yeah, he say zero.
Because that's all
watches.
they want. They just want to tell. He's just a scoffer, man. Matter of fact, if you can't grab a Proverbs 1 and 19. Because man, this shit is sickening, man. Here it is, all these atrocities happening on the planet, and people are worried about what cuss words we using, man. The hell with all you people that don't like the words coming out of our mouth. Because ultimately, that's the Heavenly Father telling you to get right, or you're gonna die. All right? Because look at the judgment going around the world right now, man. You got massacres happening, planes falling out in the sky, like the brother said, earthquakes, tornadoes, snowstorms.
Get this one.
What verse you want?
Let me get this one real quick before you get that. This is 2 Corinthians chapter 11 and verse 6. But though I be rude in speech, yet not in knowledge, but we have been thoroughly made manifest among you in all things, man.
So don't we be rude in speech? Read it again, Uncle Sean.
This is 2 Corinthians 11 and 6. But though I be rude in speech, yet not in knowledge.
That's right, man. Just don't we be rude in speech? We're not in knowledge, man. All right. The truth is the truth, no matter how the delivery is, man. If I wake you out, wake up out of sleep, all right, because the house is on fire, and I'm telling you get the hell out. The house is on fucking fire. What you gonna tell me? You gonna tell me, hey, why you cussing at me? Man, we're trying to wake up our people, all right. And sometimes you gotta talk stern onto them, man. Sometimes you gotta use harsh language on them, because that's the only way they'll actually pay attention. All right, but you know, the Lord has shown us what the truth is. All right, and whether you like it or not, the truth is the truth. All right. It don't matter how many cuss words we use, man. And that ain't even curse words, man. And they'll say, oh, it's profanity. Well, you don't even know what that is. Yeah, because that goes back to profanity outside the temple. You people are profane, man. All these, look, to turn the camera real quick, pan it over. This is profane. You want to talk about something that's profane? It's these lunatics out here, man. Look at this. These are adults dressed like pirates, man. You got grown ass people out here like this. But you gotta watch the way we talk, man. Here it is. You're not going back to the nigga woman again, but the nigga woman screaming at her kids, cussing them out. But when we trying to give you the truth, and a couple of curse words come out here and there, then we're the worst things on the planet.
All this wickedness is going about what we got to say.
Yeah.
Are able to work 7 days.
Proverbs
They're gonna
chapter 1, verse 19. Proverbs chapter 1, verse 20. Wisdom cries without. She utters her voice in the streets.
And that's right. That's what you're hearing now, man. You're hearing wisdom, right? Crying out on the streets. All right? Because what? The Heavenly Father speaks to his prophets. Okay? And who knows how. And even Yahushua, man, he was calling the Messiah, he was calling people snakes and vipers, man. You know, he was using curse words, so to say. All right? And why do you think they didn't like the Messiah, man? It wasn't because he was using such a eloquent speech, you know, and calling people, you know, and best friends and all that nonsense, man. He was rough on them, man. That's why they eventually ended up crucifying him, man. Go ahead.
Verse 20. Wisdom cried without. She uttered her voice in the street. Verse 21. She cried in the chief place.
Yep. Chief place. This is the chief place, man, right here. Everybody walking up and down the games, the stores, you know, there's the ports, all this commerce, place of commerce.
A concourse and the opening of the gates.
Yep. So that's why we got to come out to the highways and byways, man. Where the chief place of concourse, where everybody comes out, man. Where all the nations are going to come out and see. All right? Because everybody got to hear this word. All right? As the scriptures say, get Matthew 24. But give Matthew 24 and it's like 20. Where it says, these words shall be preached to all nations. Then shall the end come. Or maybe 14 or 12, somewhere like that. Because what? Everybody got to get this word, man. Heathens, Jakes, all right, Israelites, everybody got to hear their judgment. All right? And it's either going to be for your salvation or your condemnation. Go ahead.
This is Matthew chapter 24 and verse 14. And this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations, and then shall the end come.
All right, now the word of the Heavenly Father is being preached throughout the four corners of the earth. You can find the Israelites teaching day and night on the internet. All right, you will see us here every week until the missiles drop, man, or until the Lord takes us off these streets, until the famine of the word comes, man. But now since the word has been preached to all the world for all nations, right? Because we got Israelites scattered among all nations as well. All right, then the end's gonna come. Now the end is coming, all right? Because the word has gone out. Now the Lord has warned you. He's giving you a chance to repent. Now if you don't want to repent, then you're just gonna die in your ignorance. You die in your wickedness. Go ahead.
and the city of the gates, and the city she honoreth her words, saying, how long these simple ones will love simplicity.
Hey, how long you simple ones gonna love simplicity, man? Thinking that you're Negroes or Latinos, all right? Just be worrying about how certain curse words, man. That's simplicity, man. Just being a damn simp out here, man. How long you simple ones gonna love it? Because that's what you love being simple, man. And that's why the Lord's gonna destroy your simple ass. All right? He's gonna destroy you in your simplicity. All right, you don't want to hearken unto the words of the Heavenly Father, then death unto you and your whole family, man. That's how we feel about it. If you're not with us, you're against us. If you're not with us, you're against the Heavenly Father and His Son. And we hate you wicked ass people, man.
Right.
You're nothing but wickedness oozing out of you. You from the second you wake up to the second you go to sleep, you're doing nothing but iniquity, committing nothing but wicked acts. All right.
Making that you start crying in the morning.
And the scorners delight in their scorning.
Yeah, scorners delight in their scorning, like this guy that was on the chat. He's just scorning, man. Just being simple as hell and then scorning, man. But like that guy used to being a demon, man. A damn scorner, scoffer. Yeah, look. Simplicity, man. This is why 2/3 of our people gotta go, man. Because they want to partake in nonsense.
Charlie's like 15 minutes, so we're just gonna check out. It's
All right, cool.
So, what's your message?
Our message is that these people right here are the chosen people of the Heavenly Father, the chosen line of the Heavenly Father. And we're out here to wake our people, huh?
These are the tribes that are mentioned in the Bible.
These are the tribes that are mentioned in the Bible. These are the bywords, proverbs that they're going by today. Now we were scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. If you want to get that, get the Deuteronomy 28.
You talking about the diaspora?
Diaspora, yeah. That was during 70 AD. But even before that, they were scattered because the 10 tribes were lost way before that. But yeah, our people. So just because you don't see yourself on this sign, don't mean you're not an Israelite. Because you could look like a so-called white man or Chinese man and still be part of our people. Because it's all about the spirit that's in you and the lineage, which is according to the Father. Can you get that real quick? These is what who we really are. This is what we're going by today. The so-called black men in America, he's calling himself African American or Negroes, Puerto Ricans, Dominicans. That's the slave owners put those. All right, because what are these? You take a look at these people. What do they all have in common? The Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Tell me one thing they all have in common.
I mean, I'm Cuban.
Okay, but what do these people have in common though?
They all live in the Americas.
They were all put in slavery here in the Americas by the same oppressor, right? The self-proclaimed white man. That's why we say self-proclaimed or so-called, because really his nationality is he's an Edomite, according to the Bible. Lift that up. This is his true nationality that he's tried so hard to hide from everybody. Because according to the Bible, there's no such thing as white people. That's, first of all, white. Look at these people. They ain't white. They look red to me.
These pages are white.
These pages are white.
So what do you mean? Like, what is?
Their true nationality, just like we're Israelites, the so-called white man, he's an Edomite.
Everybody has their own Everybody has their own nationality in the Bible. These people you see walking, the East Indians and the Chinese, they're ancient people, and they've been around since the days the scriptures were written. They have ancient names, biblical names. We don't go by those ancient biblical names anymore. We go by different names like Chinese, Jamaican. All right, those are all new names. Okay.
So the white men are descended from
Esau, okay, or the Edomites, and that's not a good thing.
Not. That's why we say so-called, because not every person that looks like a so-called white man is the actual Edomite. Because some of our people might look like a so-called white person or even a Chinese person, but really they're Israelites. Because read that real quick.
Are you from the Bible?
Yeah,
So you guys are Christians?
Yeah, you could say that. Well, the Jews is only one tribe. The Jews come from the tribe of Judah.
Yeah, doing.
And the Christians, what's up, man?
Sorry, brother, we gotta go.
All right, man. Hey, you're Israelites. Look us up on YouTube. Research. Get right.
Hello.
Hi. You don't want to shake my hand?
It's just out of respect of you, man.
Oh, okay. Well, take care. Yeah, this isn't a meet and greet.
But no, speak on that though.
Yeah, get that.
And then I'll read
Which one you wanted? I was gonna get this one. The Lord's Supper and the Nation against the
I think it's 64. Scatter thee among the nations.
the Lord, yeah. Deuteronomy 28:64, it says, and the Lord Yahweh shall scatter thee among all people from the one end of the earth even unto the other, and there thou shalt serve other gods, which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, even wood and stone.
See, that's what the Lord scattered us through all nations, man. All right, we were scattered through the four corners of the earth, and that's why that's the spirit of the Heavenly Father. The Lord don't want you to go in there. Maybe He wants you to hear His word. All right, so read this again.
This is the book of Deuteronomy. The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, and verse 64. It says, and the Lord shall scatter thee, and these were all curses that were going to be brought unto the children of Israel if they didn't follow the law, statutes, and commandments. This is what.
Well, read verse 15 real quick. Because the Bible is only for a certain people. Throughout the whole Bible, it talks about one people, and it's the Israelites. The Lord shows the people. Matter of fact, the Messiah, the one people ignorantly call Jesus Christ, which is not a so-called white man, he came out of the Israelites.
Tribe of Judah.
Yeah, he came out of the head tribe, which is the tribe of Judah. So that's what you would call a Jew.
Jesus is black, not white.
We use that just for people can understand. Yeah. There's no such thing as white and black people. You know, those are terms that was created by the so-called white man. Because when you associate things with black, it's dark, you know, evil, and when you think about white, it's pure, good, you know. Well, look it up. And they created that term. They started calling themselves white people in the late, I think, like 1682. That's when the term white people came about. Before that, they were calling themselves European, whatever. But really, their real nationality is Edomites. It's Edom. The word Edom in the Hebrew is Adawam, meaning red. And look who's red.
Brothers.
Yeah, they're red. They came out red. You know?
Yeah, go ahead and read that one too.
So this is Deuteronomy 28, verse 15. It says, but it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy power, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. And then it goes from 16 all the way down to the rest of the book with the curses. And this is one of the curses in verse 64.
Real quick, and part of the reason our people are in the conditions, our people live in the hoods, the ghettos, the barrios, you know, in the reservations, is because they're part of the curses, man. Well, that's why we're in the lowest state. Everybody looks at us like we're the worst things on the planet.
But when you say us, you mean
Our people,
The Israelites.
the Israelites, yeah. Whether they did, because even if
you're talking about people who have dark skin, white skin.
No. We're talking about Israelites, because it doesn't matter, because there's been so many years of intermingling with other nations and whatnot. Not everybody's going to look like this brother right here, you know. Not all our people are going to look like
What is that, numbers?
Categories? Yeah. Well,
Oh, you got it? Okay. Yeah, because the lineage goes back through the father, the seed.
Yeah, say I have a kid with a so-called Chinese woman. That kid is still an Israelite because he came from my loins, you know. He might have some qualities of a so-called Chinese person, but he's still an Israelite.
Now, when that kid grows up and says a son, and he has a child with a Chinese woman, now that lineage is going to look more and more Chinese, so it could be 5 generations, 6 generations later, and now that person was dead Chinese, but ultimately it came from this man's loins, making that person an Israelite.
But did you say the same thing about...
Here's a quick one, yeah.
You know Blake Griffin, the basketball player. This is his father. And then look at Blake Griffin's kid. You would think he was just a regular white boy, but look, just after 2 generations, you wouldn't even know that he was this.
He played with an Edomite woman. That's Edomite, so child killed him like that.
Edomite meaning one of the red hair?
So-called.
No, it's not red hair. It's Edomites, their race, their nationality. Yeah.
Okay, so are these part of the 12 tribes?
No, this is just
That's another nation. That's another nation. There's 18 nations in the Bible, and they're Hebrews. Edom is one of the 18 nations in the Bible. Israel is one of the 18 nations in the Bible. Israel has 12 tribes.
Yeah. Within the nation, there's different tribes. You know, just like it's
They
just
have
like
tribes
Esau.
too.
Yeah.
They
So
have
if I go to
tribes too.
Europe, for instance, would these people be the majority there, or?
Well, our people are everywhere. Where's the sands to see if you? Well, get this. Let's get these scriptures out.
Let's not just recruit this point. So in the book of Numbers, chapter 1, verse 18, it says, and they assembled all the congregation together on the first day of the second month, and they declared their pedigree
Pedigree meaning lineage.
after their families by the house of their fathers.
So it's all about what your father is, you know. That's what, when you're born, whose last name do you get? You get your mother's or your father's? Most of the time.
Yes, paternal.
Also, real quick, just for instance, like when you read, like when you go into the New Testament and you start reading the lineages of or even the Old Testament, all through the Bible, when you read the lineage of a certain prophet, or even what they call Jesus Christ, it always talks about the fathers from his seed, from his seed, from his seed,
Son
from
of
his
David,
seed.
the son of Solomon.
Right. They don't say the mothers.
Let's get this before they leave, Charlie. This is Deuteronomy 28 and 64. And the Lord shall scatter thee among all people from the one end of the earth even unto the other, and there thou shalt serve other gods, which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, even wood and stone.
That's why our people are heavy into going to church, going into becoming Islam. You know, all this nonsense. Because of what? It was a curse. Okay, he scattered us among all the nations, and then we're going to be serving these idols, these false gods, instead of the true, holy, and powerful creator. You know, which it's real, man. We believe in the Messiah. His name wasn't Jesus, though.
Yeah, that's it.
But we do believe in the one people called Jesus Christ. Yes.
Jesus is in the Bible, but we don't call him Jesus.
And another his real name in the Hebrew is Yahweh. His father's name is Yahweh.
So if somebody had to categorize you guys in terms of a religion today, what would they say?
We're Hebrew Israelites.
It's not a religion, but it's really just
This is a heritage.
nation.
Yeah, this is a heritage. We're out here. When you first came over, you asked what pretty much what we're doing out here. This is what we're doing. We're bringing our people back onto their heritage. You know, we're letting them know, yo, you're not a nigger, you're not a spick. You know, you're a chosen people of the Lord. But you know, you look at our people and you wouldn't think that, because we've been so oppressed, you know, and beaten down that our people, it's hard for them to believe that they're the most special people on the planet. Get that? Because we're these people right here surpass every other nation on the planet in everything.
Surpassing what sense?
In every sense. Who are the best in sports? Who are the best actors? Who are the most talented? Well, who is the best basketball player ever? Who is the best soccer player ever?
I mean, of course, it's all you know.
Who are the best boxers? You should know this.
Yeah.
Muhammad Ali. I'm from Louisville, Kentucky.
Oh, okay.
I think you're a Jake.
Okay,
man.
but what if you're talking about swimmers or skiers? People who are like
They
white
might look
people?
like they might look like a white person, but really they're Israelites. That's what you got to get
But now,
past.
when you go to those kind of sports like snowboarding, those things like that, those things are that's more extreme sports. Where you're tempting the Lord, because you're not really supposed to be doing stuff like that. Where you're, of course, the heathens are going to excel at that because you're tempting the Lord and doing something like you got a string on your back, you're jumping off you know, that's not.
Is it possible that these people have intermixed with?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
What do you make of that?
We got
The Lord's
so-called-
gonna do that
Check this
for
out. Yeah, get that. They're so-called black people, right? Like walking around here today, that they're probably Edomites.
Yeah, chocolate
But
Edomite.
we'll know because well, let me get it. We'll know.
If they're so big, then how will you know?
Get
show
that.
you.
Yeah, get that in the
Are you going to do DNA test? Are you
No,
going to
the
well,
DNA
no,
test only goes back about 100 years anyway. So that's
And at the end of the day, it's going to be the Lord. And I got the precept here when they get after this.
Okay, this is Romans 8, verse 16. The Spirit itself beareth witness with our spirit that we are the children of the Most High.
So we can look at you and we can say, just by having a small conversation with you, that there's probably a good chance that you may be one of our people because of the countenance. And
You're Israelite.
Okay? Not everybody can sense spirits. I'm not saying that we some, high, but
We have spiritual discernment.
We've been doing this for a little while. We have spiritual discernment. We can tell when we want to teach whether they look like you, whether they look like us. Because they can look like us, and again, after talking to them for 5 minutes, you're like, man, I think this guy's like
They are called tares.
Yeah, exactly.
So they could be white, black, brown, or anything.
Israelites are scattered
Hey,
through all nations.
if you was to see my son, you wouldn't even think he was Hispanic. You look at him, he looks like he's blonde hair with blue eyes. But if you go back by lineage, our great grandfather came from Spain, and he was just a dark stepbrother.
Yeah, my ancestors were from Spain.
But did you know that the Israelites ruled in Spain? They were calling themselves the Moors.
Those were the dark. That's called the Dark
They were
Ages.
the Muslims.
They were Muslims.
They were Muslims.
They were Muslims, but they were Israelites. They were calling themselves Moors, but we
call
read.
them
We read in the Deuteronomy 28 that they would be serving other gods. That's just they were just bugged out, you know.
So there could be people from these tribes who are Muslims.
Yeah. Well, they're calling themselves Muslims,
or Buddhists,
Christians.
or Confucianists, or Hindus.
That's just a philosophy, really.
They're looking to serve something. They're trying to serve a God. They don't know where they come from. They don't want to believe the Bible, but they're going to believe in any other philosophy there is. So you're going to see so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans being Buddhists. You're going to see them being Hindu. speaking, we was Christian, worshiping all that, trying to find enlightenment. They just don't know. They have no idea.
Can I express something?
By all means.
So, I've definitely grew up in an area where I'm considered a white guy, of course, right? So when I went studying college and stuff, I realized pages talking about, the first, I guess, consider my people the white people. They branched as is. They came in, killed the Native Americans, Indians, enslaved the white people. And then the other Europeans who are also white came in, with the Irish, things like that. Were so horrible to them and all that.
Well,
and I can't deny those things. I'm just saying it's frustrating also being on that side to where you get to come out to a place like where I went to the University of Louisville, Kentucky.
Right.
And it was very, urban, not too many, just like looking white guys. Not that you get the feeling that you're portraying that you look down on other people in different cultures. But
It's a curse. It's
I
part
know
of the curse.
as well, but I hate the history of the way,
What's your lineage? Like, what would you say your father? Are you Irish or are you?
well, last name's Strauss, so I'm Polish, he said. My dad's Polish.
Who knows? Again, we just go by the spirit and the way you carry yourself. There's a good chance that maybe.
Yeah, but let me get this parable real quick.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is Matthew, because you asked, could he have intermingled? And it happened a lot during slavery, This is Matthew 13 and 24. It says, and this is who the world calls Jesus speaking. Another parable put he forth unto them, saying, the kingdom of heaven is likened unto a man which soweth good seed in his field. But while men slept, his enemy came and sowed tares among the wheat and went his way. So he put the enemy came and sowed his seeds into the women, our women, which it would come. The child might have came out looking like one of these brothers, but their father went to one of these. That's what it means by the tare. And it says, but when the blade was sprung up and brought forth fruit, then appeared the tares also. So the servants of the household came and said unto them, Sir, didst not thou sow good seed in thy field, from whence thou hast it tares? And he said unto them, an enemy hath done this. The servants said unto him, Will thou then that we go and gather them up? But he said, Nay, lest while ye gather up the tares, ye root up also the wheat with them.
Because really, our job is not to say who's Israelite or not. Our job is just to push the word out. The Lord's going to manifest who's the Israelite or not when the reaping comes, which is when He returns.
So what would you say is the main purpose of your religion?
The main purpose is to do the work of the Heavenly Father. The same thing the Messiah did when He was here is what we're doing right now. He was teaching in temples, but what he was going around and teaching, telling them that the kingdom of heaven has at hand. But he was talking to the Israelites. He didn't come to see. People quote John 3:16. So God so loved the world, right? But you gotta understand this book was not originally written in English. So we go into the words, the Hebrew, the Greek, the Latin, and we got the full understanding of the Bible now. And the main purpose of us coming out here is just to do the will of the Father.
Because what's about to happen out here is the Lord's. You could probably attest that this is probably the last days.
All the shit that's going on in the world, planes falling out of the sky, massacres.
I think the last days usually refers to.
Well, we're gonna get Matthew 24.
You know what you're in there.
I can go with that.
You see, because the brother's gonna break it down with the scriptures.
Last days in the Revelation.
Saying
Well,
that
the
Lord
book of
is-
Revelation, Revelation just means to reveal, the revealing.
When we say last days, we mean that the day of the Lord is at hand. When Yahushua, the one the world called Jesus Christ, not him, not that guy, but the real Messiah, when he's about to make his return. All right, we're talking about the end of this. Everything that we see out here is going to end soon.
There will be no more America.
Because
the end of the world in a sense is the society, the philosophies of this world. The earth is not going to be destroyed. It's just the kingdom of heaven is going to be set up here on earth.
And that's when all the tribes will be brought back together.
That's when the tribes are going to be brought back together, and they're going to be perfect people. These people right here, as horrible as they seem right now, they're going to be a perfect people because the Lord is going to install the law, statutes, and commandments in us. So we're going to be perfect. We're not going to break no laws.
If I meet somebody somewhere in the world and they're Christian, would you say that they probably belong to
Well, the
another
scripture
tribe?
says that there is, even the Messiah said that, why callest me thou good? There is no good but the Father. So they might do,
What if I
nice
meet somebody
acts.
from this tribe and they are...
Well, they're probably one of our people then.
Well,
There's no such thing as a good Edomite. Edomites are the devil, right? They're the wicked. Let's get
So
that.
they can look
They can
White,
look.
black,
It doesn't
brown,
matter. Yeah, we're not out here to tell.
They're
You
going by
know,
what they
yeah.
look like.
That's what the Edomites do. They're the ones that play that card. They play that game.
Yeah.
That's why you see. Y'all ain't seen us on the. Not us in particular. Y'all ain't seen the Israelites on the news.
Well, they
On
say
Fox
I've
News,
seen like a few
CNN.
videos online kind of referencing some of these.
you probably heard black Hebrew Israelites,
Yeah,
right?
they probably said black Hebrew Israelites. They're trying to put a stigma upon us, trying to make us seem like we evil. All we're doing is reading Bibles.
No, it wasn't negative. It was just something passive.
Because like you're saying, for instance, say you come across an Edomite that's he's nice. Well, I'm not saying you got to curse him out and kick his ass and nothing like that. Just be cordial. We're godly people, so when you come across the people of the world, you be cordial to people. I mean, that's how you are. You know they're judging. You don't necessarily have to tell them to judge. Oh, you're gonna be put to death or what? You don't gotta tell them all that. You just be cordial, be like you are. You're sure you're a good. I say good. I'm just saying. You try.
You got Malachi?
Yeah. Continue to move in that manner. But you want to continue to follow the laws, statutes, commandments to the best of your ability while living out here in the world. But when you come across someone, they're being nice to you. Be nice to them.
Yeah.
Because the Messiah told us he sent us, he told us to be wise as a serpent but harmless as a dove.
Exactly.
He also said, if at all possible, be at peace with all men, including everybody. So we're
Are
gonna.
there any other nations besides this one? The
Yeah.
other
It's
nations?
16 other nations.
And are they evil? Are they neutral or what?
They're
Because
just
the one that
extras. Really, because this is you know how when they're making a movie, what do they do first? They write a script. This is the script of the Heavenly Father, and we're just living in His movie. And these are the main characters, Jacob and
Protagonist,
Esau.
antagonist, and then everybody else is extras. And we can get that in the Bible too. Basically, what it is
But I thought
these
Esau
people-
was also an Israelite too.
No.
He's
Esau
Hebrew.
came from Isaac.
Hebrew.
But let's get it. Let's get Genesis 25 real quick, because when they were born, they were twins. Yes, but the
This one was
scripture.
red hair. This one came out.
Well,
Yeah, it didn't describe how he looked, did he? Because he looked like everybody else.
Well, he didn't have red hair. It said he. We'll read it. Yeah,
I know
he
this
came
one
out
had
red.
red hair.
It doesn't say
We're
that.
gonna break it down. You read it.
This is Genesis 25 and 25, right to the point.
Well,
It says-
get the two nations where it's
Okay.
to let you know that they're different. They're not our people.
This is Genesis 25 and 22. It says, and the children struggled together within her, meaning the twins inside her belly.
Perfect example right here.
Yep. It said, and the children struggled together within her, and she said, if it be so, why am I thus? Meaning, why if I was meant to have these kids, why am I having all these pains? Why are they,
They were in
moving
there
so much?
fighting. Yeah, they were in there fighting. So this hatred goes back, because these Edomites were the ones that put us in slavery. They were the ones that did all these atrocities to us.
Remember the European going to Africa?
The Edomites.
Other nations did it too, but
Yeah,
but
they
these
were
are
the main ones.
culprits.
Yeah.
So essentially, anytime there was slavery in history, it was
Oh,
them.
there's always been slavery. No, it's not always, but they did this unto us. This has been the worst slavery. Our people gone through the worst slavery since 1492 until the present. This has been the worst captivity ever, bar none. Nobody's gone through the things we went through.
Yeah, but it wasn't just them, because when you read in Proverbs,
Psalms 80.
they all the other nations, including Esau, they all came together and formed basically an alliance and to put our people into slavery, because they knew that our people were the chosen people. Throughout all
Yeah,
history.
but yeah, throughout all, they've always been against us. All the heathens, they've always been against us because they know we're the chosen people.
So essentially, it's all the nations versus the Israelites.
Pretty
Basically.
much. But the Lord is on our side.
Well, you read the Bible before? You see that.
I mean, I consider myself spiritual. I'm more Buddhist now.
Okay, but just
I have read them.
yeah, but now throughout the scriptures, you see that the Israelites would go against Ham, or they would go against the Philistines, or they would go against Ammon or Moab. Everybody was always against Israel. You would never hear in the scriptures Moab going against Ammon or Edom. You would hardly hear about that. If you did, it'd be a miracle if you did. But it was always everyone against Israel.
Okay. So nowadays, would you say that the Israelites are
they're lost.
are they triumphant? Are they receiving triumph, or
No, they don't even know they're Israelites. They're still losing right now. They're going to win. Well, really, we're winning right now because we come back to our nationality. But it starts with a small number, because 2/3 of our people are going to perish with the rest of these heathens. Because the Lord's coming to kill the majority of people on this earth, and He's coming to bring salvation unto His elect. But there are going to be people of other nations to stay alive, because they're going straight into slavery when the Lord returns.
Slavery?
Slavery.
This is all in the Bible.
Well, we gonna get it. We gonna get it.
It's in the Bible, man. Sí, dame un...
Todo eso, ¿quién inventó eso?
Está en la Biblia, pero una cosa por la
Porque en la
cosa.
Biblia dice que hay cubanos. No, no, no.
This is Revelation 13 and 9. It says, if any man have an ear, let him hear. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into
What's
captivity.
another word for captivity? Slavery, right? If you put someone in captivity, you're putting them in bondage, slavery. And what happened to us? How did we get to this condition? How did the self-proclaimed white man get this land? He stole it. He raped, robbed, murdered us, and then stripped us of our nationality, man.
I understand that.
Right. So hold on. We're gonna get to the point. Read it again.
It says, Revelation 13 and 9, if any man have an ear, let him hear. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity.
So by if we go by what the Lord said, He said if someone will put somebody into captivity, then they got to go into captivity, and that the self-proclaimed white man hasn't paid for what he's done.
Hard man.
Pretty much. Yeah. Well, keep reading that.
He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the
He
sword.
that kills the sword must be killed with the sword. So it's
Esto
called
sí, mira,
payback.
esto sí, de que Jesús es mestizo, sí, porque no había en esa región blancos.
Sí, era
Así
blanco.
era,
Los romanos
había
eran blancos.
No, pero no era romano. Él no era romano.
Sí, no era
Él no
romano.
era romano.
This
Él no era, no.
is
Él no supuesto como
I got
lo
it.
pintan de
I
ojos
got another
azules,
picture.
¿no?
Middle Eastern is just a direction.
location.
Yeah.
No, exactly negro. Like Arabic.
Satan coming to throw them away.
This is Isaiah chapter 14 verse 21. It says, prepare slaughter for his children for the iniquity of their fathers.
So the Edomites still complain that, well, I didn't do it. It wasn't me. Well, the scriptures say prepare slaughter for their children for the iniquity of their fathers. Those people that did it aren't here to pay. But guess what? Their children are going to pay
Their
for it.
descendants will pay for
The
it.
descendants going to pay for it.
Okay, I mean,
And they're going to go.
karma.
Yeah, so it's only right. It's
So
for them.
anytime that there has been slavery history, whether white or black or brown or
Yeah, there's many nations have gone into slavery.
it's always been people going back into
No, because they've gone into slavery before too, under us.
During the, you ever heard of the Byzantine
so
Empire?
the Israelites have also sinned too.
Yeah, that's why we're in the condition we read it earlier. Because we went away from His commandments, so that's why we're in the situation we're in. That's why we're the lowest people on the planet, and everybody looks down upon us. When you walk in, when a so-called Negro or Latino walks into a 7-Eleven or a China shop, they hurry up, everybody, get out! Hurry up, everybody, get out!
The Latinos are tricky though because there's white Latinos, black Latinos.
Well, like you said, the same thing for the so-called Negroes. Just because they look like a Negro doesn't mean that they're Israelite. So just like because they're calling themselves a Latino doesn't mean they're Israelites. Because we've been scattered through all nations at the same time. Our captors, raped our women. So some people that call themselves Latinos, they're not our people.
You go to China, a lot of those Chinese people, when you look around here, you kill these Chinese people that are out here, a lot of these Chinese people are actually Edomites. Because the father was actually a so-called white man that slept with a Chinese woman. A lot of these looking Chinese men and women out here that speak English, they're actually Edomites. But you can't go by those. You gotta go by the
Same
Are
thing.
Edomites very frequent? You
Yes.
say that you have the ability to.
Edomites run the world.
Yeah.
Edomites all over.
Everywhere.
Are you guys Edomites?
No,
Well, the scripture tell you that.
Lord willing, we not.
Let me get this for you real
But
quick.
through the Spirit
Now,
bears
we
witness
wouldn't
with
be
our
out here.
spirit that we are the children of light.
No Edomite's gonna be out here teaching what we teach.
What will they teach?
They're to teach contrary to what we teach. They're gonna teach that plantation Christianity, all that crap they came with during 1492.
They'll teach that.
Yeah, what they teach in the church. Columbus was
Here, Edomite. Devil. Which the word devil, a lot of people get offended at the word devil, but when you go into the Greek, it originates from the word diabolos, which means a deceiver, a slanderer. That's why we call the so-called white man the devil, because this is a lie, history's a lie. Everything-
whitewash history.
Yeah, the whitewash history.
Saying that Jesus is white?
He
No.
came with that.
He came with that.
The Christopher Columbus, they came with that image. They were like, this is the son of the Most High. You guys got to worship us, and then they put us in slavery.
The Bible says he's a Negro, but then they come out with that. That's contrary to what the Bible is saying. So why, how?
What do you mean by Negro? Dark
Like a so-called black man with an afro. That's what he looks like.
He had a beard with an afro. It was dark.
We can get that too.
This brother looks.
We got it right here.
It kind of looked like this brother right here.
Bible,
Big
my
beard,
friend.
The Bible,
bushy hair,
but the Bible
dark
doesn't say
skin.
what they look like.
Oh, we gonna
It
get
does.
it to you.
That's why we got scriptures right there to go with the picture.
This is what we out here for, too. Because people don't know the Bible.
It doesn't say that he was white or black.
We
Oh,
gonna
yes,
read
it does,
We gonna
man.
read
Yes,
it.
it does.
First of all, he was an Israelite.
I got it right
We're
here.
gonna read his description.
This is Revelation. And Revelation in the Spanish, when you read that book, it says Apocalipsis, right? When you go into that word Apocalipsis, it means to reveal, which that's it in the Greek. Obviously, it's been translated Latin, Spanish, but this is the book of Revelation, chapter 1, and I'm gonna start at
Yeah, we'll read one and then go down.
Esa es la Reina Valera, ¿qué versión es
And
esa?
I think
this is chapter 1, verse 1. It says, the revelation of Jesus Christ, I'm going to read it as it says, which God gave unto him to show unto his servants things which must shortly come to pass, and he sent and sanctified it by his angels unto his servant John. Okay? So now we're going to skip down.
No,
we're going to get to it.
You said
have patience, my man. Have patience.
It says,
now you know. Now we know.
After he died.
No.
so you
So you're saying he left?
Physically.
So so you're saying he's gonna come back different than how he left? He's gonna be a completely different looking person.
No, he's white with his hair, and now he's black.
Him being revealed not as a born.
No, that doesn't make no sense.
You're saying that when he comes back, he's gonna look like a
He's
raven?
gonna look like the same person. He's gonna have a majestic body just like we are, because we're gonna be changed. The Israelites are gonna be changed.
But I thought that he's being born into flesh.
He was, and he had skin color.
Listen to the scripture. We haven't gotten to the revelation
Yeah,
part.
let's read it,
He's
man.
just setting the table for you. He said, "This is the revelation of Jesus Christ." This is what he. So now he's going to skip to the verse where it reveals what he looks like. Okay, go for it.
They say this is Revelation chapter 1 and verse 13. And in the midst of the 7 candlesticks, one like unto the Son of Man, clothed with a garment down to the foot,
Like we wear.
and girt about the paps with a golden girdle, which
Pretty much he had a war belt. You know what I'm saying? Like you see WWE, what war belts what? They used to protect your abdomen, you know, in this region when you go to battle. So he's coming back in a battle attire.
yeah, because he said, I shall not meet thee as a man when he returns.
Meaning he's not gonna be a feeble man like he was before, or they could crucify him.
I said, meaning he ain't gonna be in the flesh. He's gonna be in a celestial body.
But it's still gonna have
look the
arms,
same.
legs. He's still gonna be the same guy. He's just gonna have octopus.
That would be if he looked different. If he looked different, that would be confusion. And the Lord said, I am not the author of confusion.
And
he comes as
he's coming. No, he's not coming.
That's not in the Bible, bro.
Yeah, he's coming.
That's not in
He's
the
coming
Bible.
in a spiritual body, in the sense, because we're gonna receive spiritual bodies, but we're still gonna be.
You're still be able to touch him, man.
Yeah.
You don't have to take it literally, like you're going to be able to see his form. It could be something spiritual.
No.
That's your interpretation. The scripture says there is no
Let's just
private
read it. Let's just
interpretation.
read it.
Yeah, we gotta get to the
It
part.
says, and in the midst of the 7 candlesticks, one like unto the Son of Man.
And if so, like real quick, if you go into the history, if you read about the Jews that was living amongst them, you will know that they were dark-skinned people.
They were brown, but I wouldn't say that they were like black.
We didn't say they were black. They were so-called Negroes.
There's artifacts, there's paintings, everything.
They're us. It's like you see the Negroes walking around America. It's the same. It's the same
Typical Jew living in this day.
Te están interpretando esto de la manera de ustedes, ¿no?
No, estamos leyendo.
Look at these.
Okay, let me finish this. It says, clothed with a garment down to the foot and a girt about the path with a golden girdle. His head and his hairs were white like wool. That's cut number 1.
So he had woolly hair. All right. Who has woolly hair?
White like wool.
White like wool. It's not saying
Like
the
a
color
sheep's
yet.
hair.
We'll read it.
It
But it's
says,
talking about the color, not
No, well, hold on. Why would it say the
it
color
says
twice?
white like wool, as white as snow.
So it says white like wool. So the texture of his hair was white like wool because sheep. You ever seen a sheep?
not the texture.
No. Why would it say the color twice, man? It's saying white like wool. Not
As
like
white as snow.
Not like you.
Because wool is fucking.
Listen, it describes
you
the
ever seen
texture
a-
and then it describes the color.
They have black sheep, you know that.
Yeah.
And they're woolly hair. It doesn't change the texture.
But
It says
what is the
white
most
like
common
wool,
color
just like
of sheep though?
huh?
What is the most common color of sheep?
White wheat. Yeah, white.
So that's what it just described it
He's
as.
saying he has
His
white
hair
woolly
is
hair.
white as wool.
Yeah, it's white wool.
So either way you put it, but it was talking about the texture, and then it said white as snow. Go ahead.
This is white as snow.
And his eyes were as a flame of fire.
Because he drank a lot of wine.
And you can get that precept in the book of Genesis where it says,
And his feet like unto fine brass.
Your feet are the same color as your body, right? It might even be a little lighter. It
Don't
might
tell
be
me he
even
has
be a little
different colors
lighter.
now. Don't tell me he's
I'm
different
in
colors.
medicine, so color can vary. But you say, what was it put in?
It says, this is verse 15, and his feet like unto fine brass, as if they burned in a furnace.
If you burn brass in the furnace, what color is it gonna come out? Is it gonna come out white, or is it gonna come out dark?
It's a simple
You can burn anything. What color is it gonna come out?
Just type in burnt brass.
If we throw a
And
penny
it's gonna show you.
I don't know.
throw a penny in the fireplace.
Come on, man.
It's
We
gonna
work with us here, man.
It's gonna be a dark brown
It's in the
color.
Bible.
man.
We're just reading what the Bible says.
So yeah, and let me get
But
another
you know
one.
what? Okay, so let's say that physically, because the physical state is not what really matters. It's what's arranged, right? Let's
Well,
say
okay,
that
But for truth's sake,
For truth's
we
sake.
were bringing this out for truth's sake, because he was a dark skin.
Burnt brass. I didn't type no scripture, nothing. I just typed in burnt brass into Google, and you see the color of that pot there.
it looks Mediterranean olive.
What color are the olives? You got green olives and you got black olives.
Mediterranean black
It looks like my
First
skin,
of all,
man.
Mediterranean is a seed. Mediterranean is a seed, which is blue, my man.
The one you call Jesus Christ was a Negro with curly hair.
Look, anthropologically, this meaning when we go and examine, DNA or we examine skulls from the time of Jesus in the area of Judea and the Middle East. In general, the average Jew during that time would have looked brown, would have had really dark hair, would have had a beard,
Because
and they would have been short, about 5'6", 5'5".
they look like him. They look like him. They look like him.
I don't know, not
Well,
that.
you're talking about ancient world? I'm talking
He's
about
talking
when?
about,
Talking about the
Remember the
ancient
time
one.
of Jesus?
Yeah, Jews look like the Jews look like him.
yeah, they weren't.
See, this is-
Listen, the people in that land right now were not in there
More
2,000
Middle
years ago.
Eastern.
No,
No.
those people
See
migrated
this?
there.
They migrated.
This is where because you're trying to tie in stuff that
Let's go back to the
research.
Egyptians, for instance.
Because you're listen, you're
What color do
exactly.
you think
Who were the original Egyptians?
They varied.
No, they
Some
didn't.
of them were
man.
black,
They-
some of them were white.
They were Hamites.
No, they turned white after Alexander the Greek conquered them and
They
told
were,
them
the Egyptians were there
The
waiting
rich-
for Alexander the Great.
exactly. But
Exactly.
who took after?
2,000 years before.
Yeah,
But
Listen,
they were
listen,
not.
You're not listening. Listen.
You gotta do
You gotta
history, man.
less talking and more listening. The Egyptians that were originally there during the time of the captivity that we were in there, all right? Those were dark-skinned people that today they live in Sudanese. They're Sudanese. They're the tall, dark, long necks. Those are not our people.
Portion of Africa.
Huh?
Those are
Those are the ancient Egyptians. What was it called before Egypt? It wasn't called Egypt. Egypt is the Greek word. So Alexander the Greek, it was called Matsarayim or Mitsarayim, Matsarayim. And those are the ancient.
The ancient Egyptians were the guys with the poles that you see over in Sudanese.
They were really dark and really tall. Super
They
dark.
ruled, yeah, they ruled the world.
But what if I show you carvings ranging from really white to really black?
Because
I guarantee
After
you
the
it was
Greeks.
after. I guarantee you it was after
Going
Alexander.
back 2000 BC, before Alexander.
show me, bring it out.
Because the so-called white people that the white Egyptians came with.
Oh, see.
Ya no vamos. Pero no vamos.
Yeah. But anyway,
The white Egyptians, yeah, talk about what the Ptolemies.
yeah, totally changed all that. They changed the icons. You ever heard of iconoclasm or whitewashing? That's what happened when the Edomites came and took over the land. With Greek, Alexander the Greek.
Déjame hablar a mí. Déjame hablar un segundito. Ahí la Biblia habla, tú estás hablando de...
And I got a precept
This
for
is
that
my
picture.
mother's boyfriend.
Okay.
Jesus. His name.
Habla la Biblia, claro, de la palabra...
Those are Israelites. That's us.
Those
You
are
haven't even
slaves.
looked at it yet.
I know those are our Israelites. Those are
But you see what I'm saying? There's a range, a
Those are
gradient.
not
Those
Egyptians.
some of
Those are
them are
not
white,
Egyptians.
some of them are black.
I don't see no white people on there.
Those look, white with black beards.
That's like his color.
That's like my color. They're not
That's
white.
like your color.
What do you mean by white then?
That
You're
color
a
of the
white
car.
person.
That color of the car. That's white,
What
man.
do you mean white?
Come on, man.
Go get
That
a white
color?
crayon. You'll see
Nobody's that color.
Medically, that's only going to happen to people who have
Albino,
is-
that's a curse.
That's a curse.
And it's a curse.
What happened to Mary?
Oh,
What?
it's a genetic
What?
phenomenon.
It's a curse.
It's a curse.
What do you think
It's
is
a bad
curse?
It's leprosy
That's
in
the
the
Lord
Bible.
said it's a curse.
It's called leprosy.
But what if I told you that it's just something that arises spontaneously when there are mutations?
Yeah, spontaneously because the Lord said it.
I'm
He
a
said,
curse
"Look, I'm
this
gonna
guy."
curse this man. He's gonna come out pale skin like that.
So
And
you
it happened
think
in the
somebody comes
Bible.
out really pale, that's a curse.
That's a curse.
It's in the Bible.
Okay, so what if they come out with, short limbs?
That's a
Another
curse.
curse.
So if
That's
you don't look
judgment from
normal,
the
that's a
Lord.
curse.
Huh?
That's a curse.
What is?
If you don't look normal, then that's a curse.
What do you mean by normal? What's
like
normal?
human being.
I mean,
Like, what if you're born blind? Is that a curse?
that's a curse.
That's a curse
Okay,
from the
you
Lord.
consider that to be a curse.
We don't
Do
consider.
you
it.
not
That's what
believe that the
Bible
Lord
says.
will do that to
None of
someone?
us are known.
Do you not think that the Lord does that to people? Or do you think that the Lord just
I'm
is
just going by a scientific perspective.
exactly? Well, then
What's
we're going
science
with the
mean?
Bible,
You know
man.
what science means?
What does science
The
mean?
word science.
Science is
Let's
just
go back
one way of interpreting reality. Religion is another way of
Science
interpreting reality.
means this goes back to Greek Latin word scientia. Yeah, you been brainwashed.
The Lord.
Hold on. Scientia means
Brainwashed in
knowledge.
one way, though.
you're lost. You're full of that Babylon juice. You going after the doctrine of the devil. You follow science. Like,
Why do you think that's a devil doctrine then?
What?
I think that science is just
Science. The
one
word
of the ways-
science means knowledge.
I got a scripture for you. This is because you're trying to incorporate science to the scriptures. This is what
Do you think that
this
science
is
and
what the
religion are compatible?
no.
Not,
This
well, it
is-
depends what you're
yeah,
saying
yeah.
by science, like the sun, simple things like that. But as far as like carbon dating and shit like that, that's all fabricated by the
This is
Edomites.
this
But
is
why
the
do you
book.
think that is though?
Listen, let me bring
How
out
do
the
you
scripture.
know really?
Let me bring out
What
the
if it is
scripture.
real and
Because we
it's-
trust in the Lord. That's our faith, man. That's how we know.
So that's based on faith.
Yeah,
So
this is-
scientists have faith in the procedures that they use.
Well, I have faith that I'm gonna get a paycheck too. You know?
Yeah, but what if
This is-
direct deposit don't work that day? Yeah.
Look, this is
But
this.
science has brought many of the
Let me
things that
bring
help-
out the scripture.
help
Yeah, let me bring it
real
up.
quick.
Okay.
This is John chapter 7, verse 38, and this is Jesus talking. It says, "He that believeth on me, as the scripture has said, out of his belly shall flow rivers of living water." So anything outside of what the scriptures say, pertaining to the Lord, His Son, the Israelites, anything outside of the scriptures, man, it's null and void. Now
But
we
what about
use
the
it to
effort of-
enhance the scriptures, to not enhance, but to support the scriptures. Like when there's certain things that the scripture says, we'll go into a certain certain books that we don't have right now with us, but we'll go
history.
like history books. Like, hey, look, this is the time that
So
it
do
was
you
talking
think that
about.
everything that science has brought us, for
No,
instance?
that's not what we're saying. We're not saying that. We're just saying that
What
what
about
they
all the
teach
people-
you in school is a waste of time. It's
Many
complete
things are.
crap.
I would agree. Many things are. Not everything though.
Yeah, stuff like basic stuff like what science are you talking about? Like what because there's science what do people call science encompasses a lot of things.
Science. I'm talking about knowledge of the world
As
through
far
the
as what
senses,
though?
essentially. Things
Yeah.
like biology,
I mean,
genetics.
Yeah,
No, mathematics.
See, when you start getting mathematics, the word math means it's a
Anthropology.
moth, meaning truth. All right, so math is always the truth. 2 + 2 is always going to be 4.
Like when you consider the efforts of many human beings who have contributed so many things, to humanity, so much knowledge.
Give us some examples.
Vaccinations, for instance.
What?
Vaccinations?
all-
Are you kidding me?
Vaccinations? Oh man.
All
You
of
know
you
how
were
many kids
vaccinated-
die and get
were you
autism
vaccinated
because
when you
of
were
that?
little?
When I was a baby, yeah. But that didn't help me.
How do you know?
There's kids. Why has autism gone up? Because the vaccinations has been proven. It's been proven.
man. There's science.
Yes.
Which study?
Do the same science. Yeah.
The people that give them out have said it. The people that give the vaccinations have come out and said it.
The only reason why autism seems to have increased is because we have regulated the guidelines, the standards for what actually, what actually defined as 2 decades.
Oh, autism is autism.
Look, this is
don't
Ecclesiastes. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 12. And further, by these, my son, be admonished, of making many books there is no end, and much study is a weariness of the flesh. So going into all these different things that you've been going into, man, it's wearied your mind, man. You have to simplify things and go back to the scriptures, and because this is a history book. This is not a book of religion. This is a book of history of what's happened in the world from
But if it is a
from
book
the
of
beginning
history,
to the end.
It's just
But
science.
if it is a book of history, there's many ways to interpret it. Can you say
There's
that?
only
What do you
one
mean?
way to interpret it, and it's the truth.
Then how
Because
come there are
listen,
so many different kinds of Christians?
you can, because they're all bugged out. Listen,
But
you
you say
have,
that you have
listen,
the right
we have the
interpretation.
truth. We have 100% truth. You have many lies,
that's what
but
every
there's
other
only
book
one
is
truth.
saying, too.
But listen, you have many lies, but there's only one
Sorry,
truth,
man.
right? You
I
have
think
to
that
have
there's
you have
many-
to know the truth to know the
know a lie.
to know to
To
tell
make
a
a
lie.
that
yeah.
truth is one, but there are many
No, there's
but wise men call it different names.
No, it's because what they teach is completely different.
Who's they?
Christians, what they're teaching is completely
Salvation
different
for
from what
Are you
everyone.
talking about Catholics, Presbyterians?
Catholic, it doesn't matter what they are.
All stemming from the same thing.
They all because they all stem Islam. That all goes back to Catholicism. Yeah,
Catholicism. You ever heard of the Council of Nicaea?
Constantine, the
Constantine,
Emperor of Rome.
¿Y qué iglesia ustedes?
Esto es la
It's
iglesia.
like the 500.
La palabra iglesia
300,
significa
300
para llamar, de llamar.
What about it?
Well, that's when they invented Islam. And in
300,
Islam came around.
329
I thought it was like
AD.
Muhammad.
Muhammad was set up by the Catholic Church.
To draw, which is what ended up leading
That's not in the Bible. And your Bible.
That's history.
That's history.
That's history, my man.
Secular history.
Outside your Bible.
We said we use it to support certain things.
But you're talking to me about sources that are outside the Bible.
Listen,
so how can I believe
this
that?
this was written 2,000 years ago, before Islam. So why would it mention Islam? Islam, the Quran, that's all garbage. That's toilet paper.
What about
That
the
was
books
used
were
to
not included in
enslave
the Bible?
people, huh?
What about the books that were not included in the Bible?
Which ones?
You know, there are certain books.
But they're
were-
not included because it's not necessary for our salvation. We
But
got
if
what
I
we
tell
need
you
for
there were
salvation.
councils that specifically gathered
Yeah,
groups of men to choose which
That
books
guy
to
in
include and
that
not
guy-
to
Talking about
include.
this.
Talking about the apocrypha.
Yeah, we got the King James. This was
Do you guys believe in that book?
Yeah, it's in here. It's right here.
It's in there.
1611.
You got second Ezra's first. You got first Ezra, second Ezra. Yeah, it's all there.
This original 1611. This, you know,
That's
it
the
had the
Apocrypha,
Apocrypha. The newer editions, the ones that was from the Bible Destruction group, took those.
That's
books
what you're
out.
talking about.
They did.
Yeah.
Okay, now some standard questions. Do you believe in reincarnation?
Yes, absolutely.
Like reincarnation meaning like you go from one life to the other.
You die, and you come back 3 or 4 generations later. That's
And
what it
then you
says.
continue to be born. And when do you stop being born?
What do you mean? Stop being
Is there an end to that cycle of reincarnation?
in the kingdom of heaven, the Israelites are never going to die. So for us, the reincarnation is going to end. But for the heathens, they're going to keep coming back after they die.
Okay. So you believe that maybe you had previous lives?
We know we had previous lives. Yeah. We were on the scene when the Messiah was here.
The spirit of the prophets is subject to the prophets.
Yeah.
Meaning, if you were a prophet before, you're gonna keep coming back as a prophet each time, because the Lord has designated, each person to be whatever they're supposed to be.
All right. Another standard question: do you believe in predestination?
Yep. Everything's been written. Like we said, this is the script, and then we're just living it out.
So everything is will.
There's no such thing as free will.
There is no free will.
There's no free will. You think you thought of it, but really the Lord put that thought in your idea to do it.
So everything has already been determined already, written by the hand. Do you believe in sin?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, and
Sin
what
is
is the way
the sin is the transgression of the law, though. And who got the law? According to the Bible, only the Israelites received the law. So really, technically, it's in John, 1 John.
But the Israelites had only been around for like 3,000 years.
The Israelites are the youngest nation, but they were still, those same souls were still on the planet. They were just being called the sons of the Most High, the sons of God.
What if I tell you that Hinduism is the oldest religion?
Well, I'd ask you to prove it, because there's well, that's what you got to understand. This is not a religion. Israel is a nationality. Israelites is a nationality, not a religion.
So yes, there are there's religions that predate
Beliefs.
beliefs and things like that.
Philosophies,
Yeah.
What do you make of them? Like Hinduism, for instance.
Well,
They're false gods.
That's for them. That's for the heathens. They can believe whatever they want. They can believe
So
that you
that's
come
a
back as a
religion that
cow. You know, like the Hindus, they believe they'll come back as a cow or a roach. That's good for them. They can believe whatever they want.
That's not in the Bible.
Yeah.
It's not in the Bible. They have their own book, but their book is wrong. Our book is right.
But they have an equal chance of being right or something.
No, because it's not in the Bible. It's not in the Bible.
Yeah.
You might become a roach next life.
It's not in the Bible though. It's not in the Bible. That's not in the Bible. We go by the Bible.
What do you believe about Buddhism? That's what I think. If I had to choose a religion, I would choose Buddhism.
Well, we're not choosing
I
any.
know why you choose, because a lot of people choose Buddhism because it encompasses
Peace.
like a
Yeah.
peaceful thing. But the Lord said, what is it? He said, I come not to bring peace but a sword.
Yeah, so there's a lot of violence coming. You know, this is actually to help you.
It's like, what is Buddhism telling you about what's coming? Because this, you know how we know this is true?
Prophecies.
Give me one other book that has prophecies in it.
Other than the Bible.
We can go all day bringing out prophecies, things that was said before it happened, such as slavery, such as us being scared.
But slavery has always been a constant in history.
Huh?
I could prophesy slavery for the next 10 years and I would be right.
Exactly how it happened? Can you prophesy of kingdoms to come? Because the Bible did. The Bible said that exactly how the Babylonians would fall, how the Greeks would come in and take over
But that
before
was
it even
like
happened.
metaphors, though.
No, it wasn't.
Statues, right? And the body be made of clay.
But you have to have the understanding to
That's
know
why
what
it's
it's
not.
talking about.
Yeah, it's not for this book ain't for everybody. I said that earlier. This book is for the Israelites and mainly
Amos.
the prophets of the Lord. This book ain't
This
for
is
everybody.
this is the book of Amos,
So,
chapter.
okay, so what if I am a Buddhist, for instance?
Listen,
and
you
I
can
like
have-
to hold on a second. Hold on. Hear me out for a second.
Listen.
What if I like to, volunteer? I like to help people, and I like to try to be nice. And I want to, once I get married and have kids, I want to try to raise them properly. What would you say about that?
I would say good.
That's good.
Is
That's
that
a good thing to do.
Trying to live a decent life, you know.
But the Bible is not around that, though.
The Bible tells you to do that.
Yeah, what scripture says
But
that,
what
that
if
it's
I'm
not
doing that
around?
of my own free will?
But you're doing it because it's in you.
Exactly.
Because you're an Israelite. Edomites don't do that.
So you're saying that if I haven't heard the name of Jesus or even read the Bible, but I am inherently a good person and I seek peace with others, then that automatically makes me an Israelite.
No,
Not necessarily.
not necessarily.
But it's in the Israelites' nature because we're a peaceful people. The Lord made us like that. That's why we were so easily overtaken by the Edomites. But when Christopher Columbus came over here, the Indians did not put up a fight whatsoever.
They came and gave them
the
gifts.
Caribbeans, they were giving them gifts.
I mean, they could have taken them out, but they didn't.
They couldn't because it was ultimately ordained by the Most High, predestinated that was going to happen. But get this real quick.
The Native Americans were they Israelites?
Yeah,
This
they're
is,
Native Americans, yeah.
this is the book of Amos, chapter 3, verse 7.
This is
It
why a
says-
lot of people ain't gonna understand this book.
It says, surely the Lord God will do nothing, but he revealeth his secrets unto his servants, the prophets.
That's right. And the prophets are the ones you see before you. All right? And we're throughout the whole earth. And just like before, matter of fact, let me get that. Just like,
Do you guys believe in prayer or meditation?
yeah, we pray and we meditate on the scriptures.
Yep. Meditate, we pray constantly, like the scriptures say.
Day and night, all
We
day.
celebrate the high holy days to the best of our abilities. We follow the laws to the best of our ability. That's why you'll see us with beards. We don't line ourselves up because that's against the laws of the Most High. We don't eat pork. We don't eat shrimp. We don't eat nothing that's of the abominable foods.
Some laws we can't keep, but most of them we can.
Yeah, but he made clean. Everything has a purpose. Pigs have a purpose. He made it because they clean. You let a pig in your yard, he gonna clean all the garbage up.
That's a farmer.
Same thing with shrimp and like I said, same thing with shrimps. Shrimp and lobsters, those are the roaches of the ocean. They clean the bottom.
They showed that in the movie Nemo when they were in the fish tank. And the shrimp was in there cleaning. That's what
You're not
shrimp.
supposed to eat shrimp.
Yeah. It's like equivalent of taking the vacuum cleaner bag and then putting it on a table and eating it.
Yeah.
The contents of the dust and shit. That's
So Buddhism, for instance, says that, for example, I'm a pescatarian, but if I had enough funds, which I don't yet because I'm not yet a doctor yet,
Okay.
I would only eat like vegetables and fruits and nuts and things like that. I would choose to eat animals.
That's
really
lawful.
what you're supposed to do.
That's lawful.
You're supposed to eat more fruits and vegetables than meat, you know. But it's nothing wrong with eating meat.
Like
You know what I'm
So
saying?
you're killing an animal.
There's ways you kill them lawfully, though. You don't just kill them for fun like these devils do, killing rhinos and lions for fun. We don't do that. We kill when you know, like for the Passover, we don't actually kill a lamb, but in the ancient world we would kill the lamb.
Yeah.
And
there was a whole ceremony to it.
And we would
So how would you
sometimes
kill a chicken, for instance?
What you mean?
Well,
I don't kill
or you just
chickens.
go
The
buy it.
Bible doesn't tell you to kill the chicken like this, but you know what I'm saying?
And the kingdom will know. I don't know.
I'm not.
That's irrelevant, really.
Yeah,
It doesn't matter how you
Look,
kill a
I'm
chicken.
Cuban, and I.
You do it so they don't suffer.
Unfortunately, I killed a pig before I.
Well, you're supposed to kill them so they don't suffer, though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You're not
Right,
supposed to like
and-
let them bleed out as he's
Like they do in
Suffering
the
and
slaughterhouse.
yeah.
What do you mean, like slit their throat or something?
Yeah, they
Yeah,
do
some
that in
that's
slaughterhouse.
quick death, yeah.
Or you
It's
don't go
quick death.
How do
deer.
you kill a lamb? How would you kill a lamb?
a lamb.
There's a whole.
Probably
How does the Bible tell you to kill it?
it doesn't specify exactly how to kill it, but you know,
tells you that-
it's
it
common
tells you
sense
that
how
it's
you
giving
kill
you
it. I'm not a butcher, you know, but I'm sure there's people that know how to kill an animal quick. You know what I'm saying?
There's a way to do it. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
Because then all that negative
Either way,
vibration is gonna be on that meat.
I think it's in Germany where legally you have to put a bullet through a pig. Otherwise,
I mean,
whatever
at the end of the day,
is.
at the end of the day, the scriptures say we prophesy in part and we know in part. Meaning, we prophesy what's written in the scriptures, and some things we don't know. But the Lord will give us that knowledge whenever we need to.
Such as that.
You know,
How do you
and-
kill?
yeah.
How do you
There's another brother in another city that knows how to do it, but we don't know how to do it.
Okay, so what about marriage?
marriage is
Like, are you allowed to?
Yeah, we stick one topic at a time.
One topic.
Yeah.
Because you're all over the place.
Well, I'm really
and
curious,
it's not getting nowhere. But my question to you is, what is Buddhist or Buddhism or whatever? It's Buddhism is telling you about the things to come.
The prophecies.
That's why.
the future?
Yeah, because we know what's coming because the Bible tells us what's about to happen. That's why we out here.
Talks about martial law, talks about everything.
Let me finish. That's why we asked earlier if you think it's the last days. You're like, nah, I don't know, because you're into Buddhism. This man over here, though, he said, yeah, I can see this in the last days. This is telling us how to prepare, what to do before the end comes, and we clearly see that we're at the
future
end.
will have been changed.
Huh?
What is the point of predicting the future if it's already going to come? It will be the way that it's going to
It's
be.
called prophecy.
Regardless of the way that you prepare for it.
Prophets
To warn the elect.
are to warn. Yeah.
A good example. You ever seen the movie Final Destination? The guy saw everybody was going to down the plane. He told everybody to get off. The purpose of prophecy to see the future is to save. So the Lord
purpose
gave
was to
certain
change
men.
that future.
We're not changing the future.
People are still gonna die. There's just certain people that need to hear it, so we got to tell them, and then they get saved up out of the coming calamities.
You may be one of those people that need to hear it. Yeah.
Yeah, you want to remain here. This is the worst
I'm saying
kingdom
that
ever.
whatever is coming, it's going to come regardless.
Exactly.
So if I do something that I'm changing the future in such a way,
You can't
You're
change
not
the future.
changing
though.
anything. Because say if I yell, if I see somebody walk across the
if I'm
street,
not changing anything, then preparing or not preparing, it doesn't happen.
It doesn't. Well, because if you don't do
Because
nothing, you're
whatever's
gonna
happen
die.
is gonna happen, right?
Exactly, but we don't want to die, so we're gonna do something. If you don't do something, you're gonna die.
Because see, those that are going to be saved, that are preparing to get saved, the Lord already ordained them to be prepared to save.
That's right.
And the Lord get that. There be some
You mean
saying
like
here.
you're not gonna die
That's what
spiritually?
I'm
But
No, we're
your
not gonna
body's going to
die.
pass.
Our faith lies in that we're gonna receive salvation and we're gonna get out of here. We're not gonna die.
Do you believe in American Babylon?
Wait, he doesn't believe in the Bible, man.
What do you mean? I don't know what that
He
means.
don't.
That's a little deep. Yeah, that's probably a little deep.
The American Babylon, like America is the modern day Babylon?
This is, according to the scriptures, this is Babylon the Great.
This is Matthew chapter 16, verse 28. It says, "Verily I say unto you, that there be some standing here which shall not taste of death, till they see the Son of Man coming in his kingdom."
So when the Lord returns, He's gonna save us. I would tell you how, but it's probably gonna blow your mind.
Yeah, we won't go there right
Yeah,
now.
I'm not gonna go there right now because you're just gonna be like, these guys are crazy.
Listen, we'll be here next Saturday if you want to come back with more questions.
I'm not going to be here. I'm doing a clinical rotation.
Oh, okay.
Oh, then
we're
Saturday
here
after that.
We got brothers in Miami. There's brothers in Miami out there too.
Seek him out.
No, I'm reading the Quran right now.
Oh, the Quran is toilet paper, man. Get rid of that
Hey,
shit.
we read it to you earlier, man. The studying of many books is weariness to the
It's a
mind.
And
Yep.
as a matter of fact,
My purpose is to find commonalities between the different religions.
You got to come back to the Lord, brother.
listen, you found everything you need
You're
to
from
know
the
right
tribe.
here.
You're from the tribe of Manasseh, brother. You got to come back to the truth. I don't know what tribe you could be. You like we said, you could be a an
Judite.
Israelite from whatever tribe it could be here. Who knows? But
Well,
y'all
if
got
you read texts from different religions,
That's up to the
you
Lord. You
find
know, it's not up to
commonalities.
us.
Listen, well,
You know, the
you go
Buddhists-
home and read the Quran. You know what it's going to tell you? You're going to come to the conclusion that we were right because it tells you, even in the
Israelites.
Quran, that the Israelites are the chosen people.
That's right.
It does say it. It's
Exactly. So
right at
what?
the beginning. It does say
It
it.
talks about the law of Moses. It talks about everything. Yeah.
But you can look at the term Israelites in many different ways. You could
No, I just
make
think
it
it's
refer to a
interesting
specific
that it says that in the
nation,
Quran,
or you
that
can make it
goes
refer
like
to people who are good.
Is it Israelite? No, that's it. Where do you find that out?
You were telling me that
Nice to meet you guys.
All right,
Yes, sir.
okay.
All right, now.
No.
You're in this-
Israelites are
you're
Israelites by
telling me that
blood.
people who are good intrinsically.
Those
No,
are
they-
characteristics
Yeah,
of
yeah.
Israelites.
Yeah.
But not just because a good person doesn't mean that they're.
'Cause not every
but that's a
Israelite-
way of.
yeah.
That's another way of saying that's an Israelite because he's a good person. No,
Go to the
But
hood.
then you're
Those
saying that
people aren't good.
People,
But they're still Israelites.
they're still Israelites.
They're bugged out.
Yeah, they're just bugged out.
Yeah.
You go to
Go to
Cuba.
the- go to them
You go to
savages.
Cuba.
you
You
go
go
to
to
look like Jesus, they're not good.
You go to Cuba,
Many of them.
all those people doing all that wickedness in Cuba and Puerto Rico and Mexico, all those islands.
In every nation, there's bad people and there's good people.
Exactly, but the nations that I'm telling you, Cuba, you still go over there. There's good and bad people. The bad people, they still Israelites. The good people, they still Israelites. If they're
Every
if
place that
they're
I've been to on
from this
earth,
land.
there's still going to be good people and there's
And
gonna be
most
bad
likely
people.
they were Israelites. But not everybody's an Israelite. And it's not a spirit. There's no such thing as spiritual Israelites. There's no
But,
such
so
thing.
but you're saying that it's possible for people from these other nations to be good.
What if they're not for the if they're not
Will they be saved, for instance?
They're well behaved.
Other nations.
No, what I'm saying is like there's somebody from this other tribe, let's say from
other nation?
Edom,
That's another nation.
some other
Okay, yeah,
nation,
okay.
and they are good. They are intrinsically good. Will they be saved?
No.
No.
Just because
Even though they're
just because you walk an old lady across the street, don't mean you're gonna get saved.
But what if they live lives out of purity?
What do you mean by purity?
You know,
There's no innocent
they
person
help,
on this
They
planet.
help the poor.
Let me ask
they
you
raise their family justly.
They might be Israelites.
I'll say
I'd
this.
have to meet that person to
What if
say
they're
it.
not?
I'll say this. I'll say
what do
this.
you mean? What do you
If
mean?
they're intrinsically
You're
good.
saying that it's possible for
But
people from these other nations to not be good.
No, listen.
look
No,
like
listen.
them.
Listen.
Or to be good, right?
Buddy, listen. What we're saying is, okay. Say if an Edomite is intrinsically good, he's doing good deeds. He helps people.
Yes.
He
They
doesn't
lead
he doesn't do
righteous
anything
lives.
bad. Okay, he's just a really so-called good person.
Yes.
But if he stems from the line of Esau, he's still going into slavery, no matter how good he is.
So just because he's
Anybody else.
descended from that lineage, he's
got it.
going. He's
It has nothing to
not
do
gonna-
with
That's
his
not
works.
the Lord.
Yeah.
It's from here. We're just telling you what the scriptures
Yeah.
say.
So even if they try or not try, it doesn't matter. 'Cause they're
Well,
never
there's a
gonna
scripture in Jeremiah, but I can't find it, but it says, "Can the leopard change his spot? Can the Ethiopian change the color of his skin? Therefore, can a man do good that is accustomed to do evil?"
And there's no such. If they're Edomites, they're not going to be doing good acts. Read that. I know you've been holding it for a while.
Yeah.
Read the Psalms.
Psalm 58.
So you're saying that goodness and humanity stems directly from Israel.
It depends what you
Oh damn, this happened.
Psalm 58, verse 3. The wicked are estranged from the womb.
wicked are estranged from the womb. Go ahead.
They go astray as soon as they be born.
As soon as they're born, they're wicked. They speak lies as soon as they're born. They're estranged from the womb. The Lord set them up to be devils. So there's no good Edomite. So if you see a so-called white person that's he's nice and this and that, because you got nice,
Like
they
my
might be
fiance,
nice,
you know,
but they're not
again?
good. You know,
My
'cause
fiance
they're-
is white, but she's one of the nicest persons that I can.
Somebody else.
No, that's the same guy.
Yeah.
Oh.
okay.
You know, the one I'm married.
She can still be an Edomite though. Like I said, we'd have to meet him.
See you
but
later, Roach.
most likely, it depends on her lineage. But
Okay, now based on this conversation, what would you say that I fall?
Well,
I'd say
I
you-
say this: the scriptures describe Israel as a hard-headed people and
Yeah.
stiff-necked people. So we already know because our people are hard-headed. They don't want to. We turned away from the Lord.
yeah, if you were an Edomite, you would have left already.
Yeah, you would have left. You wouldn't have been trying to inquire.
I mean, I'm just very curious because
We're just trying to say you're a great person. You're great people. We're great people. The
gonna
Lord
receive
loves
the
us.
kingdom of heaven.
All you have to do is come back to our law, statutes, commandments, as the Bible asks us to do, and we're gonna get the kingdom of heaven.
We gonna
Everybody
be the-
else is below us.
All these people right here, starting with the elect, the chosen people that are on this side, we're going to be the future rulers. We're not going to have to work. We're going to be laid back with our
and this
feet
is
up.
after your
This is
physical
at-
body passes.
No, after because we're going to change. Just like when the Lord returns, He's coming in it. You ever seen a
Angelic
suit?
body.
You're saying that there's the reincarnation, right? You go
Yeah,
from
but
one
we're
life to
not.
the next.
We just read that some of us aren't
Yeah.
going to die. We're going to change. Our bodies are physically going to change,
No,
and we're
no,
going to get
I'm saying you just
these
read that.
glorious bodies. We're going to be like, it's going to be something out of this world. Put it like that. You ain't
But
never
what
seen
if?
that.
But what if you
We're
have?
going to be like the Hulk. Put it like that. Not green though.
But what if you have more reincarnations coming?
We don't. Oh man, unless we die. If we die as a martyr, then we're going to come back with the Lord when He returns. But in the glorious body, not these weak, feeble bodies where we get sick, and you
Rashes.
liable
Yeah.
to break a leg. We're going to have glorious bodies. Let me read it to you real quick. This is 1 Corinthians 15, verse 50. Now this I say, brethren, that flesh and blood cannot inherit the kingdom of the Most High, neither doth corruption inherit incorruption. Behold, I show you a mystery. We shall not all sleep, but we shall all be changed. And when it says sleep, I mean we're not all going to die.
How long have you been here? Like an hour?
We were out here to the Lord.
been out here 3
Yeah,
hours.
we've been out here 3
Oh,
hours.
I've been here like an hour.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
45 minutes or so, yeah.
Anyway, this, let me read it
Yeah,
again.
read
It
it again.
says 1 Corinthians 15, verse 51. Behold, I show you a mystery. We shall not all sleep, but we shall all be changed. In a moment, in the twinkling of an eye, at the last trump, for the trumpet shall sign, and the dead shall be raised incorruptible, and we shall be changed. For this corruptible must put on incorruption, and this mortal must put on immortality. So our bodies
Okay,
are
I'm
going to
gonna
change.
try
Man.
to grab this one.
All right,
All right, now.
do some research, man. Yeah, do some research.
Right.
See, that's
Yeah,
a pure example of our people that are indoctrinated, man. You can tell as soon as he said he was a doctor, you could already tell he was been indoctrinated in these universities. You know, because the majority of these Manassites, that's what they're actually. Cuba is actually one of the top, like I almost want to say number one best medical country in the world. They got the best the best doctors in the world come from Cuba, man. You know, that's like the top medical place, man. That's where people go for all types of stuff over there, man. You know, but
See, look, and the Lord just keeps trying to bring him over here, but he just keeps sliding backsliding. You know, that's Israel, hard-headed,
Yeah,
stiff-necked. He's destroyed for lack of knowledge.
Yeah,
See that we started the camp going into that, and look, the Lord brought a stiff, because he's just not gonna get it most likely.
Lack of knowledge.
the other guy, his buddy,
Yeah, he got a better chance.
Yeah.
the buddy from Kentucky, he was actually looking like he was pondering this stuff in
I
his
asked
head.
him, do he believe America's Babylon when he was
That's Jake, though, you know. He, you know,
like, you would want this
But-
to be. You would want this
Yeah,
to be.
he clearly loves America. You know, he don't see the end days.
He's
coming,
not
but-
the elect.
Yeah, he has a zeal, but not according to
He's
knowledge.
preparing to live his
exactly,
best life as a
Yeah, he's going to be probably one of the best doctors out there.
Yeah.
You know?
He's done really.
He got a warning.
Yeah,
He got his warning.
His blood is off our
Yeah,
hands.
yeah, we warned him.
His pops or his mom's boyfriend's blood is off our hands.
That dude, he was scheming though.
Man, we try. We
Warned him of his wicked ways. It's between him and Yahbashim
did our
Yahushua.
job as Israelites.
Last time, let me get that real quick. Then we can close out.
Yeah, Ezekiel.
Can't escape it.
Yeah, he's gonna be stuck there again. Watch. He ain't going nowhere.
Jake, the other Jake coming back on me.
Other Jake.
He got no choice, man. He got no. Hey, slide over. Okay,
So his fiance are Edomites.
yeah. He seems, that's all it was. He's trying to save Esau. You know, that's all it was.
He's Because he wants to.
Because his wife was, his fiance was an Edomite. That's what it was. You know, so this is Ezekiel chapter 3. Ezekiel chapter 3, verse 17. Son of man, I have made thee a watchman unto the house of Israel. Therefore hear the word at my mouth and give them warning from me. And that's what we did, man. We just gave this guy warning. Hey, you get right, you're Israelite. If you don't get right, you're just going to die, man. You're going to perish like the dung. All right? Yeah, that's the end game. And we told him. It said, verse 18, it says, when I say unto the wicked, thou shalt surely die, and thou givest him not warning, nor speakest to warn the wicked from the wicked way to save his life, the same wicked man shall die in his iniquity, but his blood will I require at thine hand. All right? So, you know, he kept saying that I do good deeds, this and that, but really you're wicked in the sight of the Lord because you're not worshiping Him. So really you sinning. You know, he asked about sin. Well, my man, you sinning. All this nonsense coming out of your mouth is you spewing out philosophies that our people have been indoctrinated with, and the Lord will kill you for that too. Just like He's killed the people for worshiping idols and all these false philosophies. Well, He's gonna do the same thing again. Right? All right, you know, we close out this one. Verse 19, yet if thou warn the wicked, and he turn not from his wickedness, nor from his wicked way, he shall die in his iniquity, but thou hast delivered thy soul.
So that man's gonna die in his iniquity.
Yeah, if something doesn't click on his trip to Miami, like, oh shit, maybe them dudes do right.
Yeah, maybe you're running to the Miami brothers like, oh shit, again?
I met guys just like you.
Yeah, hey, out to Tampa.
Maybe that'll be it. Yeah, maybe it'll change.
Let me see that thing. Yep, they had that too.
But with that, you know, we're gonna give all praise and glory
To Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Ruach HaKodesh.
Give honor to the elder apostles, great millstone. Salutations, much love to y'all. Came out there pushing out His word to the sincerity. Shalom.